Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Conversation. It is Saturday, July 25th, 12:21. That's a good number, Pacific time. And I'm just opening up the room, and I'll pass off the hosting to Christopher, who's the host now. And Christopher, and then Danny will be on for a few minutes, and then she's got a call, and, we'll just take it as it comes. We're just keeping the conversation alive, keeping that sacred fire burning. All right. Love you guys. Enjoy, and I'll probably see you in a few hours or so.
Have a good one. Bye, dear.
Thanks.
Yeah, rest up well, man.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. See you guys soon.
Chris, I miss your face. Where's your face today?
I'm still here. I'm beautifying.
Are you combing that hair?
Yeah, I got to comb all those knots out. Yeah, no, I haven't done that in a few years.
Yeah, right.
What's the occasion for the head? I got to ask you that.
So, with the climate healers, we have vegan meetings every week, and Silas had brought up this idea of like people showing up as animals at some meetings that we have with external organizations or whatever. And I was like, I should get some animal hats. Goes against everything that I stand for. Like, they're made out of crap. They're probably made in China. They're useless. But I thought, you know what? Let me just get a bunch of them, see if I can spread some joy. So for 2 days, I wore the cow cap yesterday and the flying pig today. And you're the only person that laughed. I mean, it's like I'm not getting any response that I want from anybody. So I'm just placeholder video.
People are laughing, but they're not telling you.
Is that because they're laughing at me?
No, they're not sure maybe how to laugh into the microphone loudly enough.
Jeez. All right. I'll try to be positive about that. So what do you do up there in TO?
I'm not in Toronto. I'm about an hour and a half out, so in a smaller town called Kitchener. Yeah, it's about like 100,000 people. So,
wow.
How about yourself? I don't know where you are.
I'm outside of Atlanta, Georgia. So it's technically called Lawrenceville, but the bordering town, which I'm right on the fringe with, is called Duluth. It's about 18 minutes northeast of Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. So I came down here after a divorce. My brother's been down here for a long time, and it'll be 2 years in October, and I'm good to go if life wants to provide me with a different opportunity of residence, like a tiny home somewhere.
Yeah,
what do you think about
I've been
tiny
really
homes?
interested in those. I think that was I think that was you that was mentioning that the other night. I'm interested in those a lot.
I found two. I'm gonna see if I can grab the link and put it in chat. I'll be right back. Because I found one developer that I think it's like if a bunch of people get together and they want to do this, they go talk to the developer, the tiny home village developer who builds the homes, and then they pursue like a land trust and they set up the financial structuring. It's really cool. This organization sounds really cool. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go find them.
Awesome.
So they're called Square One Villages. I put the link in there, squareonevillages.org. If you want to have a look at it. I don't know if you can screen share. If you go to the site.
Yeah, I definitely can.
Yeah, if you want to pull up the site. It looks really cool.
Yeah, I'll check that out. Hold on, let me do that. What's up, Summer?
Hey there, I'm muted because I have something playing in the background that I'm looking to have a breakout room about. So I'll be back in a few.
Hey, Linda.
Hey, everybody. It's a party now.
Summer Rose, are you doing a breakout room for the Day Out of Time, the Day Out of Time event?
That's what I'm trying to do, yes. I just had to find out which window I had it open in. But that's the goal, to try to see how this works out. And then all of you can just say, hey, if you want to be a day at a time, learn about natural time, join Summer in the breakout room for Day at a Time. That's kind of the thought.
That's awesome. Does anybody want to, I've actually got to leave in about half an hour, so I was wondering if I could pass the hosting stick off to anybody else.
I have to leave in 3 minutes. So, but I'll be back later.
Okay.
Well, I guess that leaves me.
Miss Linda.
Does that work for you, Linda?
Yeah, it works for me.
Okay. I'll do my best to try to be on as many devices as I can help keep together. Hey, take down my phone number, Linda. Then just in case for some reason it gets wonky, you can call me directly or text me directly on my phone. Does that work?
It works. Let me get my pen.
I'll put it in the chat. Well, since it's only all of us here, no one else will see it. Not that I really care anyway.
We are being recorded. You might want to put it in chat. I don't know. Does that make a difference? Does the recording record chat?
It's already there.
Okay.
No worries. That's okay. If anyone comes in here, they can pimp out my phone number, I guess.
Summer, do you know what happened last night?
Well, I know that I got, when I tried to am I on?
I'm gonna let you guys talk because I really want to stay focused over there. Sorry, but I'm kind of on a mission right now. I'll talk about what happened last night. I don't know what happened last night, but I'll talk about that.
See you, Danny.
Bye, Danny.
I do know I passed briefly I passed the hosting on to someone else, and then like 5 minutes later I got kicked out and I couldn't get back in, and I guess it just crashed after that. I don't know really exactly.
I think my phone crashed, because my phone crashed, it booted everybody out, which is weird. You'd think there would be more resilience in the system, but I don't think there is.
Oh no, yeah. So I guess that's right. You're the one I made the host, and you couldn't talk because
It was a sign from the universe. It was time for you to go to bed, and everybody else too.
Yep.
How do I get to this Day of Time thing? I want to do this at some point later on. Is it going to be going on for a while? I have no clue what the hours are. I really wanted to be part of it.
1:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. Another 3.5 hours I'll be in that room, and I'll be on. It goes till 4.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I thought it was almost done or something. Cool. All right.
Christopher, it's available on YouTube. I couldn't get in on the live feed no matter how I tried, but you can access it through YouTube.
That's awesome. Perfect. Welcome, Kathy.
What I just want to do is share my screen, basically. So I don't know. First I have to get booted into a breakout room, and then in there, I guess I get to share my screen. But I think I have to be made a host first, or a co-host. You know,
Yeah, let me do that for you. Which would you prefer?
Well, I think Linda needs to be the host.
Right.
Co-host, because I'm not going to be in the.
Linda, are you okay with that happening right now?
Me?
I am.
Okay, I'm gonna do both at the same time, folks. Just give me 2 seconds.
All right. Thanks, Christopher. And thank you, Linda. I'll be, like I said, text me if you need me, like directly, like emergency, gotta get out of here. And then I'll just bring everybody maybe into the main room or something, or figure it out. Hopefully there won't be an emergency. I don't think there will be.
No 911s
Yeah, like
today.
last night.
Okay.
Okay, Linda is now the host, Summer's co-host.
Okay. So now, Linda, break me out, and I'm going to see if I can share my screen in the breakout room. Please.
You know, what was sad about last night is we didn't get one more story there from Mike. That guy was really blowing minds.
He'll be back. He'll definitely be back.
Okay, cool. There you go.
He actually does I think he has a class every Friday. Michael Gallo, just look at the conversation page. I believe he does his thing every week. So you got him at least once a week.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I really pumped up this website, the conversation today, and I've got somebody who's coming by, but there was like nobody here. I'm not sure if they came by and left already, or maybe they're coming by in a bit.
Oh my God, Daniel Pinchbeck is on right now. All right, I got to listen to this. I got to figure it out, people. Get me started. I love Daniel Pinchbeck.
I don't know how to do a breakout room. I know Jamin said something about creating like 8 or 10 so that if you need them, you have them, but not to just do 1 or 2.
Oh, well then I think he had to have created that when it started. Turn me into the host and I'll try to figure it out right now.
Okay. Okay, you're host. You want to make me co-host so we don't get lost in the shuffle?
Sure. Who's host? Make co-host. Okay, you are co-host. And now minimize that. Possible Jamin had to create those rooms before meeting information, before he started. I think that I'm surprised that he didn't create like a bunch
You
of,
may be right about that.
yeah, because I remember him saying something like that last night, and he created 10 just to make sure there's enough. So I'm trying to find breakout rooms. There we go. Okay, assign 3 participants to. Okay, no, we'll do manually. Oh, good. Okay, I'm doing it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rooms. Create breakout rooms. And I put them in manually. Okay. Breakout room 1. Rename. Day out of time. Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, so Linda, now as the host, can you maybe click on Jamin and put him in a room?
Okay. Just click on his name.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure how to do that, Summer.
Okay, yeah, I'm figuring it out too. More. Can you click on more on the bottom right And then
Yeah, okay. Go to meeting settings.
no, then it's no more on the
No.
bottom, breakout rooms on the bottom right. See if you can click on that and get that.
Okay, I'm not seeing that.
Okay, so maybe as we can't see.
Let me go back to more. Let me see if I can, nope, that's not it.
So I'm gonna assign you. Let me see if that happens, if that works.
Okay, hostess, you want me to join?
I don't know if it's, I guess, sure, let's see what happens.
Okay,
See if that, okay, so put her out of here. So let me go. Christopher, you're still here, right?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, cool. If anyone shows up, I'm gonna go jump in that room with Linda and let her know she needs to come back.
Okay. Hey, did you get my text from last night? I was trying to get the room reopened with you.
Let me just stay focused if I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I can move her to. I'm gonna do.
Sorry, I can't hear you at all.
okay, I just took myself out.
Summer, you're muted.
Okay, Linda.
I'm here.
Okay, so bottom right of this window here, right next to the red end sign, you know, on the bottom where it says where we get our chat, share screen, record, close caption. You see all that on the bottom?
Yeah,
If you click on more, is breakout room in there?
no, but I don't see any breakout room, but there was at the top screen and now it just disappeared. There was a little box that said join breakout room. But I don't have, let me see. Nope, that's not it.
If you click on more right now, does it say join breakout room or no?
No, there's up at the top left corner of the screen, there's a little box that says join breakout room.
Okay. Christopher, do you see that too?
It may just be you had to invite someone for that to show up on the screen. I don't know. I'm technologically.
I know, that's why I'm asking Christopher if he could just answer that yes or no. I don't want to guess either because I don't know either. Christopher, do you see what Linda just said? Top left, there's a breakout, join breakout room button.
I'm on a different screen than you guys because I've got a cell phone operating from that right now.
Oh,
Let me
gotcha.
just check. Well, damn, I don't see any breakout room tings. But I mean, I'm not host, so
Right. So, and you have the ability to join the room or no?
nothing. No,
Oh.
that's what I was just saying.
Gotcha. Okay, so let me see if I click on you. Da, 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 da. Oh, let me assign you.
They did say you have to actually ask. Like when I asked, it was Jamin, yeah, yesterday. He said the person who wants to go into breakout, you got to request from the host in the room for them to send you there. That's what he told me. It seems a little awkward, but
Okay, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so let me then see. I'm gonna Christopher, yeah, assign to. There we go. Day at a time. Okay, so I just kind of figured it out. So Linda, I'm gonna make you the host, and then I will show you where it's at. So
Okay.
So you're host. And now you should have, yeah, because I don't have it anymore. Okay, so now on the bottom right next to reactions and next to leave, or between reactions and leave, you should have more or something there. Right?
No, what I'm seeing up in the top left-hand corner of the screen is the join breakout room box. But when I go to more,
Bottom right more, not top left. If it's the same, if it's the
yeah,
same.
what I have is record to the cloud, chat, meeting settings, minimize room, close all rooms or disconnect audio and cancel. That's what's on my screen.
Are you on your computer?
No, I'm on my phone. That's all I have is my phone.
Darn it. Well, okay. Make me the host again, and I'll just I'll put you in both rooms. I wonder if I could do that. Okay. I'm like trying to figure out how to duplicate myself or triplicate myself here. Get my phone. Join on here. Join that video. Oh, Summer Rose. Okay, I'm going to assign me to the day at a time. Okay. This host inviting you to join breakout room day at a time. Join.
interesting. It seems to show me a little icon now that wasn't there before. It says join breakout room.
Right, it's up the upper left corner, Christopher.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
You got that too?
I do, yeah. So if we touch the screen, then the join breakout room icon shows up.
So there's chat. In chat. Okay. So I guess, Linda, you'll hang out here. You're not the host. I am the host. You are assigned to the room. Can you join the breakout room if you need to? Can you see that?
Yeah, if I click on the icon, it'll take me to the breakout room.
Okay, cool. So if you hear anybody who wants to come into the day at a time, I guess jump into the breakout room is all I can think, and let me know someone else wants to join, and I'll probably have to come out of the room and then assign them into,
Okay.
we'll see how that goes. And like I said, text me directly on my phone if you need me or something's not
Okay.
working, and I'll come back.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. I'll see you later.
Happy trails.
Happy trails.
All right. So Christopher, looks like it's you and me holding down the fort.
Keep talking with my mute on.
That doesn't work so well, Christopher.
It's funny because I was accusing you of being muted.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you because I'm here talking to you. Nothing's going on.
And I can't see your lips moving because you're incognito like I am.
Right, right.
Only the shadow knows.
So she has to come out to grab people and bring them in. Is that how that works?
I think so, because she's working on her computer. So you should be able to do it from the phone as well. But I think that's what she's saying is she would have to come into the main room to forward someone into the breakout room, I guess.
Right, that makes sense.
And I would guess that probably most people are participating in the day out of time. I have that up on my Kindle. But I couldn't get in through Facebook Live or the link from Day Out of Time or anything like that. And I saw a bunch of feedback from several people who were having the same issue. The link wasn't taking them to the Zoom room for the Day Out of Time presentations. And I had the same issue with the harmonic convergence, but I did find out that I could go to YouTube, and since it was being broadcast on YouTube Live, I could go in that way.
You have that site? Do
Pardon me?
you have that site by any chance?
Yes, if you just go to YouTube and go to a day out of time, I think it was like a Mayan awakening, but you'll see the live feed when you get into
Right.
YouTube. For the
Right,
day out
that
of
makes
time,
sense.
it'll have a live feed showing, and then you just can go in there.
Okay. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, anytime I tried to access it through the link, it would say, you know, link is broken or something's wrong, try again. And then I could get into Facebook where it says live watch an app, but I can never access it, even though I have the app installed. So I just bumble
What's
around
going
till
on over
I
there?
say again.
What's going on over there right now at the day at a time?
Well, they're just having different speakers doing presentations regarding the day out of time and the Mayan calendar, and you know, sort of like presentations like they had during the harmonic convergence. I think if you go on Facebook to the harmonic convergence page, it'll give you a description of what the different speakers are. But they've got some entertainment and stuff going on. Then they're going to go into Saturday Night Alive after it's all over and done with, which is us, because they're linked. I think. Were you able to find it, Christopher?
Haven't quite got to that yet.
Oh, okay. I act like I could really help you if you didn't, but
Looks like we lost Kathy, whoever that was that came by. I don't think I've seen them before.
I haven't seen anyone enter. It's just you, me, and Summer Rose. So the actual on the YouTube site, it's if you go to YouTube and then put day out of time dash Mayan New Year celebration, it will bring it up.
Ended up proposing in the 2012 book that what you would need would be to bring kind of physicists, astrophysicists together with, indigenous people, with people from different lineages, with monotheistic religion, then you have like, you have like a calendar. Yeah. Then actually develop a defined instrument frequency.
Welcome in.
Supported with the understanding that we now have. And without doing that, we're kind of a little bit grasping at straws. You can say like this calendar, like that calendar, but it really needs to be something that's fully appropriate for our, understanding and realization now. the other thing that would be really great about that idea of calendar change would be like.
Anne, would you like to share anything? We're kind of just holding space at the moment, trying to navigate around breakout rooms and who's on first and what have you, but we're glad you're here. We do have a breakout room set up for anyone who would be interested in viewing the Day Out of Time presentation. Just an FYI. And if you'd like to share, if you could just unmute yourself and go for it. And if not, you can put a message in the chat, or you can just hang with us and we'll go from there. Marco, welcome.
Hi, all. I'm just checking in real quick. I'm on the Day Out of Time thing going on Unify too.
We have a breakout room with Summer in it doing the Day Out of Time right now.
I have too many volumes going at the same time here.
Okay. Oh, we lost Marco. And if there's a topic that you would like to have discussed, if you just type that in the chat, we will be happy to take a look at it. Christopher, you're muted if you're trying to talk. Well, I will share one thing. Today being the 25th, 7:25. Message from the angels for today is, remember to keep believing in the changes you've made as you are doing the right thing. I love that. Christopher, you gonna leave me here talking to myself? Anne has chosen silent mode. Thank you. Thank you. I see angels every day. Every day, Christopher. This morning, one came in the form of a white dove. She's been hanging out in the yard for the past 3 days, sort of like if you ever watch Touched by an Angel, we have that messenger in our yard. And Summer Rose sent a message that if you want to learn about natural time and celebrate the day out of time Galactic New Year, she will be happy to pop in and give you a link to the breakout room. And if not, you're just welcome to hang tight and I'll try and figure out something to share. Christopher, if you will give me a number between 1 and 999, I will give you your own individual angel message. Okay, what are they? That's allowed. Seven and 444. All right. Well, number 7, that's always a good one. And 444 is one of my favorite numbers ever. Number 7 just says, you are on the right path. Keep up the good work. And you know that 444 is like the angelic number. 4s are, when you see 444, you're getting definite messages from the angels, or 1111 or 22 or any repetitive numbers. In my belief system, are the angels trying to make contact with you. So 444, thousands of angels surround you at this moment, loving you and supporting you. You have a very strong and clear connection with the angelic realm and are an earth angel yourself. You have nothing to fear. All is well. I can actually send that to you if you'd like. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I know that, of course, I use my angel numbers book all the time, but just as a general guide, any book that has writing in it, if you have a question to pose to the universe and you open any book, doesn't have to be a spiritual book, it can be, Dick and Jane and Spot, whatever, it doesn't matter. But if you just open the book, you will be drawn to a particular message that's just for you. It doesn't matter. I mean, it can be the Bible, it can be any book, really. But it's pretty phenomenal how if you have a question, the answer is right there. Because really, the answers are all inside of us, always. So it's just kind of putting the focus so that you're open to receive what information is available for you. So let me see if I can get this here singing in the background. It's my roommate's parrot. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to type, so. Christopher, if you could just keep an eye on the room while I'm typing this in, that would be great. Sorry it's taken me so long. Okay. Very cool. Let me go back here. Okay. Christopher says, I've come to realize that I asked the question to God, the universe, about a person asking for 444 to be the sign, a tall order. Something significant in thought about this person happened, and I realized it was 444. Later that day or evening, a car was parked outside by the house I'm living at that I'd never seen. The plates had 444 in them. I've been watching for that number for months and hadn't seen one for about 4 to 6 months. To see it within hours of asking the universe about a person really got my attention. Woohoo! I love it how that works. Yep, you know, the answers are always there if we're willing to look. So it's very cool. And have you had any experience with angel messages, or would you like to have angel messages? Or hey, Mike, glad to see you.
Hi guys.
Come on down. Do you have a number between 1 and 999? I will give you your angel message for the day.
What was the last number? You said 99?
999.
Okay, let's see.
First number that comes to your mind. Don't think about it, just spit it out.
Okay. 18.
18?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Think only thoughts of abundance and prosperity, as your thoughts are manifesting very quickly right now.
My thoughts are always on the run.
Is Summer back with us? Mike, you have a topic you want to discuss today?
Ooh, that's a loud bird.
Oh yeah, that's that's our little cynical parrot. He didn't get Songfest this morning, so he's complaining. I usually play the auto harp and sing to him, and he didn't get that this morning, so he's saying, why not?
I'm always talking to cardinals, so I love birds.
They're pretty cool. I love all animals.
Me too. I wanted to be an animal caretaker when I was younger.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Like work at the zoo or something.
Well, you can always do that, you know.
Mm-hmm. There's on-the-job training and all that. I don't have a car yet, and I got to work on that first.
Well, just remember your message.
Yeah.
Focus on abundance. You manifest what you think about, you bring about.
Yep. That's true.
How's your daughter doing today?
She's doing good. She's always gaming, so I always want to get her out though, but she'd rather play her games than go have fun.
You know, I think that's unfortunate. That's a whole topic of conversation that I could go on and on about. It's so disheartening to me to see the young engage with electronics and not with nature and other people.
A lot of it's my fault. Like, I'm a gamer myself, and I grew up on it. Like, my dad got me into it when I was really young and stuff, and it's like been my passion since I was that age and stuff. And like I strayed away a lot though now, and I'm trying to get my daughter to do the same. Like I just recently got my fishing license so I can get out and have fun and stuff. And last couple of years I got my license. I only went 2 or 3 times within those years, and that stunk. not much to do where I live. Mm,
Well, just being out in nature, I think, is very healing.
I agree. Gives you that calming relaxation and all that. Because being inside, you're in a confined box, basically.
That's true. That's very true.
Oh, that's sad. Regis Philbin passed away. My friend just told me that. The celebrity, Regis
Yeah.
Philbin.
Regis and Kathy Lee.
Yeah, Regis and Kelly. My mom used to watch that show all the time when I was young.
Yeah, there seem to be a lot of individuals choosing to transition during this time.
I agree.
All right, Mike, so pick a topic for discussion.
And if I can think of something, like, I always have a blank head whenever it comes to talking about stuff.
Well, how about sharing some of your ideas for inventions? You were talking about that yesterday.
Okay, yeah.
I'd be very interested to hear.
My one of my main like big ideas was a mattress washing machine.
Explain that to me.
It would be like a drive-through type. You basically put your mattress inside it, and it will have jets of water that will like clean the bed and stuff and get all the dirt and bugs or whatever's in it out. Then it will have the jets that dry it and stuff, and pretty much all that stuff into it. And that's one of my ideas right there. Like it's one of my big ideas. Um, and yeah, it will have its own drive-through, like drive-in. Like you can have people either come and bring their beds there, or you can have someone pick it up for you, or stuff like that. I know there's stuff out there already, but that's one of the best ideas right there that I could think of. Other than the steamers that they have for the beds and stuff, that doesn't do much. That's not going to get rid of the bugs and stuff. It'll be a good thing for hotels.
I was
Hotels
just
will
going
love
to
it.
say that would be something hotels and motels could probably utilize.
Yeah, I actually tried calling hotels and didn't have any luck on it because their manager is either busy or whatever and stuff. And yeah, and another idea I had was a headset you can sleep in, like a music headset. I already made a prototype before, and it will cover your eyes. And no, me and someone already talked about this. You said there's one similar to what I'm talking about, but the one that I was thinking of would induce lucid dreaming and stuff, or have some type of like stimulation for other stuff for your eyes.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. like the reason why I made this headset, because I always see people with earbuds or those bulky headsets, and I made ones that you can sleep in, and they don't hurt your ears and stuff. They're cushiony and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of people have trouble with, having a comfortable sleep and something that's not intrusive. Hopefully something that doesn't put out EMF either.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that like to use music to help them sleep, and there's people that are like spouse will either complain about their music or whatever, and the headset that I make, it's comfortable, so you can actually sleep in it, and it won't hurt your ears at all.
Right. Welcome, Anne. We have another Anne. Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to introduce yourself, say hi, or tell us a little bit about you, that'd be awesome. No pressure. You're not required to do that. We're just happy to have you here. You can type a note in the chat if you like, or feel free to join the conversation or start a new conversation, whatever you prefer.
What, kiddo? And there's my child, Eileen.
What's her name?
Her name's Lanida.
I didn't get that, Mike.
Her name's Lynn Ida.
Okay, well, hello, beautiful. Hello, beautiful.
Uh,
Hi. Dad, can you tell Mom if she's coming yet?
I don't know what Mom is coming.
Well, can you tell her if she's coming yet?
What are you doing?
Hey. Hey, give me that.
It's my screwdriver.
No, it's mine. Can you tell Mom that she's coming yet?
I will soon.
Well, Anne with an E, we were doing angel messages earlier. So if you have a number between 1 and 999 and would like to share that, I will give you your angel message for the day. Mike, you want to ask your daughter if she has a number? Welcome, so.
2,000.
Nope, that's too many.
Not 2,000.
It has to be between 1 and 999.
I don't understand that.
A number between 1 and 999.
19.
19?
Well, see, I
Okay,
must pick one close to mine.
let's see. Right next door to Dad's. Okay, here's your message today. Keep your mind focused on helping yourself and others lead healthier and more peaceful lives. Stay positive and optimistic about your divine life mission.
She's like, I don't know what that means. So it means to be positive and don't be negative to people.
I don't know what negative means.
Negative means being mean and stuff.
So what does it say?
Okay, let me get my stuff done here.
Hey, Chris, which number are you talking about?
Daddy, why are you always on that thing?
Okay.
Because I make friends on here.
So we didn't know if you might have gotten caught in the technical difficulties last night. I don't know what exactly happened because I couldn't get in, but apparently something happened and it shut down the room about 1:30 and then no one could return.
Oh, last night? Or
Yes.
yeah, I tried coming in last night and I wasn't able to. Like, I was going to come back. I told you guys I was coming back later in the day and stuff. And I guess there was issues. So thanks for letting me know that.
Yeah, I think Christopher said, Christopher, I think you said you were host and then your phone died, which bumped you out. And then I guess once the host leaves the room is gone.
Oh.
So just FYI for future reference.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Christopher said he tested it with Jamin, so that's what happened, it seems. No worries. Well, you know, this is a learn as you go sort of a situation. Yeah, we have to have a backup. That's true. So I'm guessing that if there's a co-host that is still in the room, I don't know if the host. Oh, okay. So it's if the host disconnects, then see ya. All over but the crying.
Yeah. I know how to get over host and stuff and all that.
Oh, Christopher said what was weird is that his phone didn't die. Well, maybe.
My phone was supposed to die last night. I had to charge it, and that's whenever I came back in. Actually, I tried to come back in, but I couldn't. So.
Well, Christopher, in response to your comments, I don't believe there are any random events. And I think you probably were right on target in your earlier comments that maybe everyone needed some downtime to rest and recalibrate, because nothing happens by mistake in my mind.
I'm usually staying on really late with you guys. I usually go to bed at like 2 or 3 at night.
Yeah, you're one of the last ones standing.
Yeah. I like to be I like it whenever Marco made me host a lot and stuff, and stay awake so people can talk and all that. And, hey, it was fun. I'm usually a night owl anyway, so it doesn't bother me at all.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher said maybe we were talking about things too deep for the powers that think they are. Well, that's always a possibility too. So did you have any comments or suggestions for a topic?
Man, my mind's blank right now. like I do, there's stuff I like to talk about, but I just can't think right.
Well, there's no pressure.
That's fine.
You know, I'm perfectly comfortable just sitting and letting the silence gel. You know, I think so often we think that we have to fill the space with something, but we don't.
Yeah, I was gonna play a song from my daughter yesterday. Didn't get to. I already played it a few times before and stuff, but I don't know if you all heard it and stuff. You might have heard it, I'm not sure, but did you hear me play any song for you guys before?
Yeah, I've heard your daughter's song, but
Okay.
I'm open to hearing it again.
There's another one that she sang. I actually sing too, so.
Well, let's hear
I'm
that.
somewhat decent. Oh, you want to hear songs from me? I actually have over 100-something songs that I sang. Too many.
Well, I don't know that we'd be up for all 100, but if you'd like to, if you'd like to choose one.
Okay, let's see. I have to get into the app. Yeah. There's this app. It's called Star Maker, and you can get on it, sing whatever you want on it. You can even sing your own songs and stuff, which is pretty cool. I have like close to 2,000 followers just from me singing and stuff. I won't say I'm like really good, but I'm decent. Okay, I'm checking through my stuff real quick. Okay. And I'll play my other song from my daughter. I think she wanted to sing for you too. Another song. Let's see. So many songs. There we go. Let's see if the sound's all the way up.
I used to have a friend and his name was and I always liked him because he was my best friend ever. He was my best friend ever.
Oh yeah, I'm singing with it too.
There's a lot of feedback, Mike. It's kind of hard to hear.
How's that? How's that?
It's sounding garbled to me.
Okay, hold on. I think if you mute yourself, like if you mute yourself, you'll be able to hear it better.
Yeah, I was muted.
Oh, okay. That's I don't know if how music works on here.
Yeah, we may have to find a different way to have that happen.
Yeah. Does it still sound garbled and stuff? Let me see. I'll find a song that I sing like on that. You said it sound garbled a little bit.
Yeah, that was a little bit better.
Okay, that's. I hate when that happens. Like, what?
For myself?
Yeah,
Okay. What time?
I don't know. Does it say it on it?
80 minutes. 90 minutes.
Does it say you can cook it in the bag?
Hey, Mike, I have a suggestion. Maybe you could just play the music and let her sing direct.
What does 90 minutes mean?
Yeah,
What does 90 minutes mean?
that's how many minutes you put in there.
Could I put 90?
Hold on, I'll do it for you. A little bit here.
Fine. I'll do it right now.
That's if she wants to sing a song. Yeah. How's this one sound actually?
Never mind, I can get myself cereal. I'll get myself cereal.
This is me and this other girl singing.
Mike, it's just, there's a lot of feedback. It's not as
A lot of
clear.
disturbance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well-
that sucks.
we'll have to figure out another way.
Yeah. That was actually me singing with this girl that's on this app here. I actually sang with a celebrity before too, which is pretty cool.
Which one?
A celebrity named Sabrina Culver.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just the feedback between devices makes it really difficult to hear.
Yeah, it distorts it. Mhm. It stinks.
Okay, folks, we need a topic for discussion.
Um,
Also, if anyone is interested, Summer Rose is in a breakout room videoing or running a live feed of the day out of time. If you are interested in that, either raise your hand or put a message in the chat and we'll have Summer come and offer you a breakout room invitation.
I'd probably check that out. And it looks like another person joined. Maybe a couple.
Christopher, are you aware you can speak and join the conversation, or are you in chat mode only? Yeah, well, come on in and join the conversation. I feel like I'm talking and I'm the only one. It's hard to have interaction with just one person. Of course, I could, I suppose, develop alternative personalities and
Hey, Linda, I know exactly how you feel.
oh, Miss
When you
Alaska,
left,
welcome aboard.
I spent time just doing some teachings. People just wanted to listen on Thursday night, so we went through some videos and stuff. So totally understand.
Welcome aboard. So nice to see you, Deidre. What's happening in Alaska today?
Oh, it's rainy today. My sister and my son came over yesterday. So when I tried to get on is when the Zoom room crashed last night. So yeah, I sent a message to Marco. Marco was like, yeah, I went down.
Yeah, I had the same issue. I couldn't get in and it kept me on indefinite hold in the waiting room. And so apparently something crashed, and once the host is gone, the room is gone with it.
Yeah, it's too bad. I was past the hosting stick, and I'm using my phone to do that, and the app apparently just resets once in a while. Like I've had that happen probably, I don't know, like 4 times where it'll just reset, which is no problem when I'm a visitor, right? Because I just reboot, I just go join, and I come back in. But apparently, if you're the host and your app dies, like everybody gets booted. Like not even the co-hosts get to come back in. So yeah, we learned that last night, and Jamin was like, "Hey, don't worry about it, no problem. These are the growing pains of the entire thing." But he wants to build in some sort of resilience, because when that happens, what you need to have is somebody with a code. Like only he and Peter have the code right now. So he's talking about, I don't know, more of us having, I guess, that code for Friday nights anyway. So I have to apologize on behalf of Android and my LG telephone, or maybe it was the powers that think they be. We don't know what caused it. We were talking some pretty deep stuff. I'm thinking maybe they didn't want us to continue on.
It did it to Marco one night. He was actually on Thursday. He was sharing a video that we wanted, and he was like, he felt this really weird energy go through, and it was on UFOs, of course. It was
I asked him to play that video.
Anyway, he told me about it later, and he was like, yeah, there was this really weird energy that went through, and it like shut down his but one time I use my iPad when I do the hosting, and one time it dropped me out, but it let me come right back in. I was like, so somehow I luckily didn't lose the meeting that day. It didn't crash it, but I was on an iPad, so it somehow, so I don't know what occurred, but that was weird because I've had it accidentally drop it once too, but it let me right back in.
Apple's products are superior, obviously. But it doesn't make any sense that the co-host can't come back in. That doesn't really make, you think that it would automatically, I mean, I wonder if you can set that up where like, if the host suddenly disappears, then the co-host becomes host. I don't know.
Right.
Well, right now, I don't seem to be host or co-host. Jamin's the only one showing on the screen, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, you're right. There's nobody else that's listed as co-host or anything on here. So if anything goes down, nobody can do anything. Although Jamin did say that I would help host out today and tomorrow, nobody else is listed as host or co-host on here.
I know with Zoom that I think for my work Zoom, I have it set up so like if something happens to me, it doesn't close down the session. It just continues on. So there's a setting somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be the best thing for them to be able to set that up. I mean, the good news is right now, if anything happened, it's
well, the only problem,
time, so.
Right. The problem with only having Jamin as host right now is if anybody wants to share something, if nobody else is co-host or host, nobody can share anything, go online and share or in the Zoom room right now. So all we can do is talk.
Yeah.
Welcome, Kate, and thank you for that info. Yeah, I don't know what happened. My host thing just disappeared altogether, so we're kind of flying blind at this stage.
Well, it's good to get to meet you guys a little more closer here. So thank you. Was a wonderful session going on.
Well, please do share anything that you would like to do.
Yeah, I'm just finding you guys. I've been journeying and seeking and, for a long time in a lot of different areas and getting a lot from that. But today was the first time that I've come across this whole, the calendar and all of this. And I'm just like, oh, wow, this whole new area. And oh, wow, I'm a yellow electric seed. And I figured what that means, But it's all been great. And I do deeply feel, though, the love and the community here is it's one of the deepest in all of the different groups I belong to. It's just real tangible for me. So thank you.
Oh, thank you for sharing. We're glad you're here. I would agree with that assessment.
Dinner today. What's for dinner?
I got something cool to talk about.
By the way, if any of you guys have Gaia, there's a new series called Escape the Matrix. That's really interesting. It's done by a guy from the UK. But that's a really interesting new series that started on there.
I'm sorry, Deidre, one more time. What was the name of that? I was just writing it down.
Escape the Matrix. I was just typing it into the chat.
Okay, great. Thank you.
He talks about a really interesting thing about, energy frequencies and when he would go into places and he would find different things. But one of them he talks about in this series is when going into a different reality. And I've actually felt this, so I thought it was really weird. He talks about you can feel like a spider web on your face. And so, I mean, I've been with a group where we've done, some meditations and stuff where like you literally entered a different reality. And, and I was describing it to a friend of mine. I'm like, this is really weird. I felt like the spider web that was on your face. And he talks about that in this new series.
48 years.
Way cool.
Anyways, we corresponded. Then sent me an email. Well, I got a notification from 23andMe last January saying, "Here's a list of the new people we found that you're related to." So,
one of the interesting things he talks about in that series too is that what we think is paranormal is really not paranormal. It's normal, but it's just an experience that people don't realize occurs, or because of Western religion that's been poo-pooed on by them.
Deidre, excuse me just a minute. Christopher, can you mute?
She doesn't check her 23andMe. She has 23andMe.
Yeah, right.
So she got a notification yesterday saying that
Christopher, can you mute yourself, please?
She saw a notification, another notification. So she opened it and it was
okay. Let me see if anyone
has host rights, they could probably right click and mute.
Nobody has any host rights, but Jamie, that's what we were discussing. So there's no way to mute him.
That's crazy. Sorry. Like by our great.
Let me just see if I can send
had the same set, but there's 16 sets. Great grand. So
he doesn't. He obviously doesn't know that he's not muted.
Right. But nevertheless, I asked her. I was curious, and I said,
I guess Summer is host,
She was
and I'm
adopted.
not sure if she's in or out of the
Never found
room.
out till much later in life who her real parents were.
Right.
And then she found out she had siblings, she had brothers and sisters.
The
Right.
only person
So,
who's
well,
host
this
is
was all new
Jamin.
to
If
her.
you look in the
Well,
list
that
of
was through 23
participants,
and you
Heather's
found that
not
out.
No, she did.
on the list. So
I know,
we have
but-
no controls. There's no other host or co-host on here.
Summer's in the breakout room, I think.
Oh,
Let
okay.
me see if I can go there and talk to her.
Her own children,
Right.
who their actual grandparents.
Okay.
Right.
So she found out. And, I remember she told me that years ago.
Someone does.
But so I asked her, I said, well, what are the names? What names are we dealing with? I said, she said she knew somebody in the family had one of these relatives of hers that she discovered over 20 years.
Christopher, you're on an open mic.
Well, that's a big help because I said I can track people. Back.
Yeah, right.
So I said, I just
Okie dokie.
mentioned Galina's. Mom knows Galina.
Go ahead, Deidre. Maybe you can just speak more loudly. I don't know.
And Lena,
I'll try to send a text to Summer. I got her phone number.
I did.
that doesn't mean
She's
itself,
working
but
on
the
it.
other name she had was Breau, Breau, sometimes spelled Breult.
Muting
And I
myself.
said that rings a bell. Sure enough, I got on check. There are some connections there, but nothing connected me with her. So I said, this is my, that I don't think my brother or this person, neither my brother or anyone has done.
I guess I was able to do that.
Yeah.
Woohoo. All right. Proceed, my dear.
Heather, you need to, or Summer, you need to make other people co-hosts because otherwise, if you're not in that room, people can't control it. What's going on? Oh, and anyway, I was just sharing that in that new series, Escape the Matrix, he talks about that basically there's this ongoing effort to control what people believe is reality. And he talks about experiencing different realities and how we can experience, or how we experience this as a physical reality, but it's just an energy frequency. So if we learn how to experience different frequencies, then we have the ability to not only alter what we see as physical reality in this world, like the ability to walk through that wall because we're mainly space, just deals with frequency. And I know that this is true because, like, with my science background, I'm like, well, I know that if technically I'm mainly space, that I should be able to let the fan blow air through you. I had to work on it for 3 days, but I actually had to do it through going through the void. Then I figured out I can do it within time, because the void takes you out of time. But so then I learned to transfer it into reality and this reality and do it. And so I've also been able to, like, when you experience certain things in the void, you're able to see the walls and whatever's in your apartment just hang in space. So it's really interesting that it's just the ability to transfer between frequencies and to experience things in different ways.
That's phenomenal. I mean, music is frequency. So what a great music class that would be to take, huh? Beautiful.
Yeah. So he was basically saying just that how we sit on this chair and we perceive that we're sitting on this chair is just a frequency to believe that it's solid. So that once we're able to hack that, then we are able to do all kinds of other things. but the only place you can transcend time is once you're above 6 density. You have to be in 7 density or above to transcend time, because there is no time above that. Because all of the densities below that perceive time as linear to experience the reality that we have. So the only way to step outside of time is to actually go to what they consider the void, or the Akashic field, the 0 point field. They're all names for the same thing. And so once you're there, you're outside of time. So that's how you can actually alter what's occurring within any reality. And that's one of the principles in how reality transurfing works, or Dr. Joe Dispenza in his meditations, and where he works with people in healing and stuff, is removing themselves from time and going within the field itself. But we did have an interesting discussion, for those of you who weren't here, about pendulums, and Summer wasn't here. But what we were talking about was that things like the Democratic National Committee, the Republican National Committee, climate denial, all those things are pendulums. And a pendulum basically is it's like a program that's running off of everybody that agrees to use their energy to believe in that. And so that was one of the reasons why I was trying to explain to Summer that once you had a whole bunch of the Republicans now moving to agree with the Democrats, that increased the pendulum on that side, as like we're talking about, like what's going on with Trump. So a pendulum will, if you try to fight a pendulum, you can either agree with the pendulum, but even if you try to fight a pendulum, what occurs is that it'll suck your energy.
So it gets your energy as well. I've heard that. That said, like,
Yeah.
if you're in a group mass meditation, like for example, coronavirus, that's, I've heard some talk in the community that adds
And
energy to it.
there's good pendulums and there's bad pendulums, but they're actually just pendulums, but you consider them either good or bad depending on whether you want to participate in them or not. So even like what we're trying to do as a collective, technically that's a pendulum, but that's a pendulum for good. But there are ways to hack a pendulum and to use a pendulum to your advantage. And so that was a couple of the short videos that we had shared on Thursday night when nobody was around, when we were discussing, what to do with a pendulum, how to nullify a pendulum, how to use a pendulum, so basically what you do is, instead of trying to fight it, you do, because a pendulum is a script. Okay. So since we're all in a reality, it's a storyline that we're in. So when you're able to step back and observe something as being a script, as a story that you're in, that's the only time that you have the ability to change the story. If you're engaging in the story, you cannot change the story. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you're a character in the story, and so you have to be an author in the story, right?
You have to take yourself out of the script.
Cool.
So to do that, you have to step back. And when you step back, then you make a choice, or you take an action that's kind of contrary, like ignore it, or you do something that's different to the energy of the pendulum. So those are your only options you have when you're dealing with a pendulum. And what that causes to happen is you're removing yourself from the pendulum itself. And, our mind and our thoughts can be pendulums, the negative thoughts that we have going around. That's another example of a pendulum. Mm-hmm. So it's by basically ignoring it, not engaging in it, or you do something that's unexpected, is how you get around pendulums.
That's phenomenal, and it's interesting. That really keys in with the experience. I've been having a little, even though I try to, keep my ego thinned, a little thing at work with a longtime colleague, and someone was telling me about second arrow, a Buddhist thought, you know, like, so I've gotten to the point where I don't respond. And then there was that further, like, don't even like sort of draw that arrow to go back. That would be me going. And I found like that really, it really sort of changed the dynamic. I definitely felt the shift. And I see that in alignment with what you're talking about as being a pendulum.
Right. And so what occurs when you decide not to participate in the pendulum, or instead you take an action that you know is what you want to go on. It's like when you see what's going on. Okay, let me explain. There's a couple other things I need to explain so you guys will understand. So how reality works is what we see is a reflection in a mirror, okay? So it's like the law of physics, the law of cause and effect, okay? The cause is your thoughts and that put something into action. Effect is what we see manifest on the plane, okay? The effects of climate change are an effect, okay? That's, so where you have to change it is on the level of the thoughts that go into that. So that's where, are you giving that energy of thought? Because everything is frequency, and that's one of the things that we were discussing. The only language the universe understands is energy. Okay. I can put Aaron Abke's video in here again. It's How to Talk to the Universe. And that was one of the things that we had shared that night. And so the only thing it understands is energy. And so there used to be a time as humans that we understood how energy worked. And that was part of the divine feminine. But then when the masculine patriarchy took over, the whole idea of how to use emotions was forgotten and put by the wayside. You know, emotions were bad. But so how you talk to the universe and how you create and change the reality is through frequency, through energy. And then you have, like Sir David Hawkins is the one who came up with the chart of consciousness, where it shows at different levels, from 50 to 700 to 1,000. It's 700 to 1,000 is consciousness, love. And then down at 50, you have despair and all these different energy frequencies. So you can, if you find yourself in where you're at a lower energy frequency, you can walk your way up the chart. Instead of just trying to transfer what you recognize is currently going on, sometimes it's really hard to take yourself, if you're at 50 to 250 is the area of energy that nullifies all frequencies below it. And so for the last 10, 15 years, for the first time, humanity's been at 250 and above, so that we've been able to nullify these lower energy frequencies. And an example is, if you're depressed, you can literally depress 250,000 other people on the planet by holding that energy frequency.
Wow. So that's
And
why,
so,
sorry,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. It just, so that's why, and also really cements for me, that whole business of taking care of yourself is taking care of all of us.
Right.
I'm sorry, I know this is basic for you guys, but sorry, I'm
yeah. Well, no, it's good because we have people that are at different levels. So I took a step back because I realized that that's a higher level that I was trying to explain people about pendulums. So to explain energy frequency, it was important for people that haven't learned that yet. So if you're at the frequency, say, of acceptance, which is 300, okay? Interesting enough, you guys, marijuana vibrates at the frequency of acceptance, 300. So if you're at the level of acceptance, then that energy frequency, it's like turning on a light switch when you go in a room. You know, it was dark in a room, but as soon as you flip on that light switch, it's going to dispel all darkness. So anything that's at those higher energy frequencies basically nullifies those lower frequencies. So you can take yourself, if you're anxious, you can walk yourself up the chart, you know? So you can say, well, I'm angry because I'm anxious. Well, that takes me up 50 points in that chart. You know, and then I'm have courage. I'm going to be courageous because I recognize that I'm anxious and I'm angry because I'm still engaging in that, but instead I'm now going to have courage and try to change that in my life. Well, I've just moved myself up 100 points in energy frequency by walking up those steps. So these are ways that we can use frequency to change what's occurring within our life, because whatever vibrational frequency that we're at, what we're emanating at that moment is what you're going to attract. And that's what occurs with pendulums. So if you're at a particular energy frequency and you're engaging in that energy frequency, that's what's going to show up in your life.
Yeah.
So the perspective of how we change what's occurring is it's a reflection in a mirror. Okay. So you can't grab a reflection in a mirror. You can't make it do something else. The only way to do something with an image in a mirror is to change what's being projected in the mirror. Okay? So that's where thoughts come in, and people have to realize that it takes a little bit of time to actually change those, because there are certain things that are set in motion. So sometimes things change faster, but depending on what you've already set into play. But so the reflection that's in the mirror, you have to persist on it for it to show up in your life. And the key to changing what you're seeing in the mirror is your emotional. So your emotion level. And so they know that if you're vibrating at the frequency of love, when you're creating the thoughts about what you want to generate into your life, that is the key frequency to cause things to actually manifest and change. Because love is at the frequency of 700. It's, you know, in consciousness at those levels where you're talking about Mother Teresa, and where they have set aside themselves. But when you operate on trying to create something in your life, it's from the plane of your heart, what's in the best interest of not just me. I'm not being self-seeking. I'm doing this in what's the best interest of how I can help others. So what I'm trying to share is this is how we have to approach how we change the planet. So when enough of us get on the same idea frequent, on the same level of vibration of what we want to see occur and happen, that's when we generate enough energy in a pendulum to create and start to have it showing up on the planet. Does that make sense?
It does, and this is why you guys feel so wonderful to me. There's so much love in this community. I mean, I know that, you know, I've met everyone, but just every time I join in with the stuff with this harmonic convergence, I just get lit up. So thank you. I feel like my understanding is deepened. I appreciate you.
It's okay, Chris. Chris said he was sorry about the background noise. I will put in the chat how to talk to the universe. There's a little video. It's really great. We had watched it on Thursday. And Aaron Abke is a really great source. He is documenting his awakening, but he has all these really great videos that are on YouTube.
Great, thank you.
Did you guys register for the Day at a Time event?
Yeah, I saw that. The link that they had some stuff that was going on earlier, and then there was some stuff starting at 4 p.m. Pacific time till 9. Okay, looks like Linda dropped off. Okay. So does anybody have any topics or questions they'd like to?
Have you ever heard of synesthesia? A disease?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Being
Yes.
able to smell colors, and taste.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
Well,
just read about that a little bit ago. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, the Egyptians believed that we had 200 senses.
Yeah.
That the human body had the ability to have, you know, so basically that would just be the ability to sense something on a different vibrational frequency. In the book, The Holographic Universe, which is a great book, I would recommend it to anybody if you want to see a perspective of how the universe really works. And physicists know that this is true now, but they talk about people that are schizophrenic. And what they realize is it's just basically a person that can actually access different realities. And so, Carl Jung had studied this in different people. There's one example of switching between different personalities, right? And you can be allergic. One of your personalities can be allergic to something. Your eye colors can change. Whether you have to wear glasses can change. So there's all kinds of really interesting things with that. And so one of the interesting things was a guy got stung in his eye, and so his doctor told him he knew he had one personality that didn't feel anything. So he had him switch to this other personality and called one of his friends that was a doctor. And he sent him over to his office, and his friend calls him back later and says, "You playing a joke on me?" He's like, "No, seriously, the guy really got stung in the eye." So the next day he takes the guy, you know, into the other office building at the hospital, you know, where he was working, and he tells him right in front of the other doctor, he goes, "Switch personalities." And he does, and his eye swells up. So, you know,
That's
it's
crazy.
just right that some people have the ability to access other realities, and so their different personalities are just them in different realities manifesting in the same period, but they can switch between them.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy that they give us medication for it and all that, which we don't need.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm ADD, and I never needed Adderall whenever I was young.
Mm-hmm.
Made me a zombie.
Well, and that's become an overdiagnosis too. That's like the catch-all for people who don't want to have to deal with their children. They actually did a study where they took television away from kids, right? For 2 weeks. They did a whole school. They took TV away from all the kids. And then they told them they could only have 2 hours. And that included video games or whatever, you know, they could only do 2 hours of TV. And what they found out was that when they did that with the kids, that the fights stopped at school, a whole bunch of other stuff had all change just by altering the structure of what they were allowing the kids to engage in.
The other thing is nutrition.
Right.
Because we're loading up these kids with sugar and processed foods, and that's the worst thing in the world for ADD or ADHD. You take all of that away, and for many of them, the ADHD goes away completely.
Right. And
Yeah,
then there's
it's actually hard to get. It's actually hard to get good food in certain places, like where I live. There is like a farmer's market, but it only happens like once a month. And I live in like a town, and you have Dollar General that's close by, walking distance, and you got a couple like fast food places like Dunkin' Donuts and Domino's and stuff like that. But Walmart, you got to take a bus to get to, or a ride and stuff like that. Like there is a farmer's market, but yeah, I'll also have to drive to that also. So it's kind of hard to get the right kind of food for your kids and stuff. And if you understand what I'm saying, like we're not even allowed to grow gardens out here.
Well, and then you
Some
have
people try, but
right, and then you also have the problem too, where the food that we grow, because of the ground and because of we've abused the earth, isn't as nutritious as it used to be, you know. So that's become an issue too. I have tomato plants here. I'll show you. I'll flip my camera. See my tomato plants growing in my window? There's a whole bunch of food growing in my window.
Nice.
I love cherry tomatoes.
But and then I did a community garden with a friend of mine, because another friend had a bunch of property, so she let us go and do a bunch of boxes. And then I also, because I currently live in an apartment building, I put totes along the side of the building with different vegetables and stuff in it. So I'm growing food and like zucchini and stuff along the side of the building in totes, because I can move my totes, you know. But yeah, it's a challenge.
Thinking my daughter might want to sing for you guys in a few seconds here.
I would love to hear her sing.
Yeah. She's very talented. She's in the bathroom right now, though.
How old's your daughter?
11.
11. She has really pretty green eyes, though. I've noticed that.
Thank you. They're brownish green. My
And
son,
the one picture,
he's
yeah. I was gonna say, in the one picture you had with her, the eyes looked green in that one picture.
Yeah. My son, he's 2 years old and he can count to 30 already.
Yeah.
Count to 30, say his alphabet. There's a little bugger right there.
I'm not a bugger. Hi.
Hi. So are you gonna sing for us?
I'm scared.
Oh, don't be scared.
I haven't even think of the song. Here, I'll be right back. I'm gonna try to pick a song on YouTube. Okay, guys?
Okay. All right.
Oh, we're friendly.
Go.
You don't have to go anywhere. Here, you need me to get into it.
Oh, seriously?
Like,
Why does
yeah.
your phone have to be fingerprinted to you?
Security.
Hey, give me the phone. Okay, I'm gonna type in Roblox because that's the game I do. Which song should I do?
Yeah, you don't have to be afraid. You can just pretend you're doing karaoke with your phone.
Oh, she's getting there. She's looking to the song.
I got a
Right.
song.
Good.
Talking in my sleep tonight, making myself crazy. Out of my mind, out of my mind. Wrote it down and read it out, hoping you could save me. So many times, so many times. Love, he makes me feel like nobody else, nobody else. And love, he makes me feel so. I tell myself, one, don't pick up the phone. Don't get alone. Two, don't let him in. You have to kick him out again. Three, don't let him in. Don't wake up that in the morning. You don't really know about him. I got no knowledge on him. I got no knowledge. I got no knowledge. I got no knowledge. Nobody keep pulling me backwards. No, no, you see the pattern. I never learned. I tell myself, one, don't pick up the phone, don't get alone. Two, don't let him in, you have to kick him out again. Three, don't get his friends, in the morning. You don't know about him. I got all I know. I got all I know. I got all I know. I got all it's perfect, I'm still trying to learn in my life. Hearing the breath in my life and the singing my life. One, don't pick up the phone, don't get along. Two, don't let him in, you have to kick him out again. Three, don't be his friend, in the morning. You never know about him. I got all I got him. I got no money. I got no money. I got no money. I got no money. Don't let him in. Don't be his friend. Don't be his friend. Don't let him in. Don't let him in. Don't be his friend. You're getting over him. How's that?
Good. Well, thank you for singing
Thank
for
you.
us. You like
Hope
to
you
sing a lot?
enjoyed that.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, you
Yeah.
done.
When do they start to sing again, Daddy?
Oh, you've been singing for a while, kiddo.
Maybe around 3 or 4.
2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
I would sing another song, but I don't know yet. I'll think about it.
Okay. Yeah, so on Thursday when we were on here, Jeff's been missing for a while. Where'd Jeff go in action? Was Jeff on last night, Mike?
I think so.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what were you guys talking about last night?
Oh, I got on yesterday, like early in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
but I got on last night, and I guess the chat went out and stuff on you guys, so we weren't able to get in and stuff.
Yeah, I tried to get on about 11, which was midnight your guys' time, and I couldn't get in after at 11 our time.
Yeah, it's almost 5:30 right now on that. So.
Welcome, Jagrin. Is there anything anybody would like to share or talk about, Kate, or any of the new people that just came on?
Jagrin, Frank, and James Laurie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing for me. I'm actually getting ready to go out to the woods and visit some trees.
It's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I really,
I'm gonna do.
really feel like I was, I heard words I wanted and needed to hear. So thank you. I appreciate you guys.
I might go picking some more mushrooms or something, or some sassafras, or any of that.
Yeah, do a little wilding.
Yeah. Right. It's the perfect weather. 80s.
You guys got it warmer down there than we do today. We're in the 60s.
Ouch. Still a little warm, but yeah.
Yeah, at least it's a comfortable warm,
Yeah.
It's been raining, well, cloudy and raining a little bit during the day, but not all day. So.
All right, travel well, and I hope to see you guys again sometime.
Yeah, well, you're welcome anytime. We're glad you stopped in.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Hey, Peter. Peter popped in first.
There. Hi, guys.
Hey, Peter.
Yeah, I got my tuxedo on today.
I'm gonna step off for a second.
Oh, I like it. Looking sexy there, Peter.
Looking sexy. That's me, baby.
Woo.
Whoosh, boy, things are happening, my brother. Wow.
It's good to hear.
It is really flying. And I sent an email to all the host people just a few minutes ago because the Day Out of Time event is going to come over at 4:30.
Yeah, I registered for that event.
So there's a video that I just recently sent to everybody that could play kind of as a commercial, beforehand, and get a feel for what that event's about, or for the other people on the call to get a feel for what it's about. And then at 4:30, Maya's going to come on and bring some of their guests on. So I expect quite an influx at roughly 4:30.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. And I swear everybody's calling me back now saying we want to do after parties. I think I got 5 or 6 other after parties and pre-parties lined up already. Yeah, and that's not even counting. That's just in August. That's not even counting all the stuff in September. That's
wow.
All the peace stuff in September is going to go through.
September is my birth month.
Yeah, awesome. What day?
Ooh, September, yeah. I'll be 38.
I'm a October 21 baby myself, and I'll get to be 58. So that'll be fun.
My girlfriend's October 27th.
Okay, she's cool then.
So you're both Scorpios. Woo.
Actually, I'm a Libra.
That's why me and you get along.
So I'm looking at the participants, and nobody's the formal host. We just have co-hosts. So I guess
I know it's weird.
Well, I think Jamin must have signed on originally.
No, Summer is the host and she's in another room. And so we just had her make us a couple of us co-hosts because no one had any control at that point. So Summer's in the other room. She's the host.
Oh, is she in a breakout room?
Yeah.
Oh, what breakout topics do you have?
I don't know. I came in after they were in that room. I just know she's in another room. So
right. So that's another important thing to make sure we pass along as hosts. that we keep the title "What's Happening in That Breakout Room," and that when the host goes,
Yes.
when the host goes, they have to pass the hosting on to somebody else. In case another breakout room wanted to happen or anything. So those are some good learning moments there.
Me and you've been through that already a few times already, so.
Yeah, we're learning.
Passing off to each other. Yep.
Amen there. Amen there. You've been pretty much you've been an everyday guy, haven't you?
Almost, yeah. There's been a few times where I haven't been on.
Yeah.
I wanted to, but I've either been busy or something, or
understood.
Or it's just, yeah.
Yep. Did somebody new just come on? I thought I saw a new face that kind of came and went. If there's someone new on, please say hello.
They were here. They're gone now.
Okay.
Never heard of Barry Hammer. New person.
Well, hello, Barry. If you're listening, nice to have you here. If you feel like chatting in the chat group, awesome, or coming on to say hello, welcome to the conversation. That's
Looks
the one
like
I saw.
Christopher came back.
And Jane, I see Jane Farkas now, and that was, I think, the one I saw pop in and out playing the interdimensional game on us. Awesome. Well, feel free to share new folks as you like in the chat or with your voice or with your face. Yeah. So actually, Mike, can you get that that Facebook, that link I sent, and play the commercial for the day out of time?
Probably. Do you want me to go copy it and post it in here?
Well, yeah, more than post it in there. Have you done any of the screen sharing?
Oh, the screen sharing?
Yeah.
If I was a co-host, I can do that probably.
Oh, I thought you were a co-host. Did I?
I don't think I am. I
don't know. It's two people where no, Deidre and Jamin are, I guess. So I guess you're not. So
yeah. And Linda was, but Linda popped out. So we can have Summer put up. I usually try to throw at least 4 co-hosts out there. So in case we have to, somebody needs to go to the bathroom or something, we can just move it around.
Nope, that's perfect. Let's do lots of co-hosts.
I actually made everybody a co-host once.
Yeah,
Nice.
that works too. I tried to come on last night, Peter, because I had family that came over earlier in the day, and I caught on just when it dropped out last night. So yeah.
All right. So Deidre, are you free to maybe do a screen share with the link I sent in an email?
Yeah, I can do that.
That would be awesome. And let's see. And let's say hi to Jane. That's a new person. Hello, Jane. We'll connect maybe through the chat area here as well. As I'm not sure, I haven't been on much the last few days. I don't know if you've been on before or not, Jane. But we aim to be very welcoming, and so let's connect with us through the chat or through your voice as you like.
Hello.
Well, there you go. Howdy, howdy. What brings you here this fine day?
Well, I've been painting love rocks. Let me show you.
Oh, that's cool.
I have an entire bucket of rocks that all say love.
Well, maybe you could be able to show them to us sometime here.
And there's a whole pile. And I'm
There
giving
they
them
are.
away to people because everybody needs love.
Amen. Where do you live, Jane?
And they're
That's
from the
awesome.
earth. I live near the Russian River, so from the river. So I'm helping ground people with love.
Nice.
Wow.
I'm down the road. I'm down the road in Santa Cruz.
Yeah. Little love rocks.
Put it a little closer. We can't quite see it from there.
I should get one of the pretty ones. Hold on.
Well, yeah, don't show us the ugly ones, Jane.
So I have to show you the ones that are sparkly.
Oh, look at that.
Those are cool.
So I use nail polish and make it sparkly and go around and have people reach in the basket and take them. And it's love, and we need more love.
Awesome. Have you been on
Very
the conversation?
difficult time for everyone. This COVID crazy land is making people really nuts, and I get it. I'm nuts. So Do something
Yeah.
positive for the world.
We almost named this thing the mixed nuts, that we're all kind of nutty. Have
And
you
I was
been on
trying to
before?
stay on the live stream of the other conversions that's on today, and then I got off and I couldn't get back in. But
I
there's
know
a
they
whole
said-
flow going on today of a 1 day only.
Yeah, the day out of time.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I was on most of the morning, and I just went off and came back on and found you guys, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll visit here for a little while, and then I'll go back there.
Oh, so it's on. They are posting it on their live stream that this is happening.
Yeah.
Because when they're done at 4:30, a bunch of them are coming over.
Oh, to your thing, but we're gonna go on to Saturday Night Alive.
Right, and we're gonna. So some people, when they're done at 4:30
Yeah.
Pacific. So from
Yeah,
4:30,
yeah.
the Saturday Night Alive doesn't start. Does it start at 6 or at 7?
It's 6.
Right. So we'll have an hour and a half of the conversation. Then some people will go to Saturday Night Alive, and I think we're gonna air parts or most of Saturday Night Alive within the main room of the conversation, so that you can dance between conversations. You kind of be watching it with other people.
Yeah. I like that idea.
Yeah. Have you been on this before? Have you been here to the conversation before?
Well, I've been following you all like from a distance, but not on live. So now I'm here, so I'll, participate, but I've been watching you all, and it's been a real a ray of light and hope in a different realm that we're not all used to, but yet in truth, this is where we're going. We need to be in a spiritual path of kindness and find better ways to move forward in this silliness. And the truth is all coming out as it should be. It's just hard to witness people's fears because they don't understand. And the ignorance is causing more fear because they don't understand. And they're trusting people that, unfortunately, they don't know that they can't trust. No, I'm sorry, you can't trust your doctor. You can't trust pharmaceuticals. People need to take the time that we have this great computer that you can look up anything. There's no vaccine that's going to save your life. Forget about it, boys and girls. Don't go there.
Yeah.
We need to save our own lives and save our own health and take
Yeah.
responsibility for our own lives.
Whew. Say it, sister. You're making a proud debut here on the conversation.
Well, this is what I've been feeling and vibing and sharing amongst my little small community. But in the bigger picture, people need to wake up and not be angry at one or more that are doing things that they don't know any better, and they're doing the best they can because they're in fear. And it's all about control, and it's all about money. And we're not done. We're going down, and I see it. And foreclosures are coming, and banks are coming, and closures are coming. All this is real. And unless we embrace the truth and say, okay, where do I belong in this picture? What can we do in a global community to do betterment? And I'm grateful. I am safe. I am healthy. I am fine. But yet around me is quite disturbing. So I want to find a way, using this platform, I guess, and my passion and my spirit, to find ways to follow our bliss and our duties of being good to ourselves and to our friends, and participating in our communities and not being in fear. And okay, I'll wear a mask if you need me to, but not real. And it's okay. People are scared and they don't understand. So moments of kindness and gentleness is all we can do to inform the reality of what we're going into and try to deal with it as best we can.
Wow. Yes. Very well said. And when you talk about the healing, I think that in the short run, long run, that this conversation is going to be most profound as a healing tool, that people will come here when they're confused, and we'll have a whole healing room. Like breakout room number 1 will always be healing and trauma.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a bunch of different healers who come on all the time, and somebody comes on and they say, I'm really confused. I've just lost my this or my that. And there'll be a bunch of people and say, well, who feels most lined up with Susie, who just came on saying she lost her house and she doesn't know what to do. And healer number 6 will say, I'll go in a breakout room with her and work with Susie. Right. And then we send those 2 people in a breakout room, and she's getting instant support by someone who knows what's up.
That's so amazing and brilliant that you're creating this, and I hope that it's put into a place where the normal people that wouldn't be here start to come in and recognize that you're safe, and that we really need community, we need friendship, we need love and compassion. You know, people are saying, you know, my children have little children and they're pregnant, and I think, you know, are you fearful for what they're coming into? No, because they're going to learn from this disaster how to be better. They're going to witness our down to bring them up. So we have to be focused and clear and not be self-absorbed, but self-full for the collective, and bringing us awakening and coming up in a better way, and bringing these new children that are coming into our worlds, knowing that they're going to be the rescuers, they're going to be the light workers, they're going to be the helpers to help their grandmothers and hold our hands and help us through our tough times, because they're the ones that have the love.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, about the virus thing. There's a lot of us that are actually pretty much build our bodies up to be immune to it. Like we live around like dust and stuff, or we live around like pretty much virus, like anything. Like there's workers, there's how do I explain this? I lost my train of thought.
It's okay.
I know what I was talking about. Yeah, there's a lot of us that are pretty much immune to this stuff, like people who smoke weed. We're making ourselves immune to cancer and stuff and all that stuff, and like viruses, we make ourselves immune to that by pretty much, we're not dirty, but we live cluttered. We live around dust. That we're making ourselves immune right there.
There is no cure for a virus, boys and girls. Wake up.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at AIDS has been around since '82. It's a virus. They have medicine for people, but they don't have a cure. Herpes is the gift that keeps giving, and that's a virus, and herpes is large and in charge. And nobody cured that one either. So, don't be shooting up no crazy chips so that Bill Gates can follow you and others can monitor.
Well, actually, there's no benefit for anyone to actually cure anything, because it's all about money as far as pharmaceutical companies are concerned.
Absolutely.
So there is basically
no everything
research.
Is love.
Right. And that's why I just take stuff that boosts my immune system. Like when I was growing up, my brothers and sisters all came down with chicken pox. And, you know, when I used to work for Providence Hospital here, they were like asking me if I had the chicken pox vaccine. I'm like, no, but I was around all my brothers and sisters, and I babysat all kinds of kids that had it. But you can develop, there's 3 ways to develop immunity. You know, you can technically get a vaccine, you can be exposed to it and recover, or you can be exposed to it and your body builds an immunity. And what occurred with the chicken pox, as far as they did an antibody test on me, and I had developed antibodies to it.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Chris
I think
asked
it's
if
called
anybody
DIS, dis-ease, not dis-ease, but DIS-EASE. People are in dis-ease. They are uncomfortable with the lack of knowledge of what these illnesses bring and how they can protect themselves. Right, Deidre?
Right. I also believe too that, you know, one of the things that's currently going on is our DNA is changing.
Correct.
And so I think that some of us will wind up having a natural immunity to it, you know. But I think that people aren't just leaving the planet from COVID-19. There's a mass die-off going around the planet. And if you look at, you'll notice that there's all kinds of older people that aren't just dying from COVID-19. They are just literally choosing this time to leave the planet because there's a transition transitioning going on?
Well, honestly, I've lost members and it wasn't COVID. They were old and they died, but they marked it on their certificate. And I said, no, they died. They had natural causes. They died. They were 97 years old. Come on. It's not all COVID. People do die. It's just that they're trying to do a game with the numbers now. But there's many, many that leave every day, all the time. It's just we're more focused now because we're in lockup and everything is very acute. So you see and hear way too much. But yeah, there's many people that are leaving and they're saying it's COVID. It's not all COVID, boys and girls. Mm-mm.
Well, you have to realize that there are people that came to be on this planet at this time. And so, you know, to participate in what's the transition and what's going on. But then there's people that are, you know, have come and have served what they been through, what they decided to come here and participate in this lifetime. So, you know, I think that there's a mass, because if you look at a lot of people, you know, a good example is Glenn Fry, which this occurred like within the last 4 or 5 years. Wayne Dyer, there was a large group of people that actually within their energy field that had the blue energy field that literally had been on this planet and served their purpose and had passed because they were basically passing the torch to the next generation to basically implement what they'd been holding the space for and teaching about for that period of time. You know, and I find it fascinating that Glenn Fry's last song he wrote was "It's Your World Now." Do something good, leave something good behind.
Mm-hmm. Good point. Good point.
And I found it funny because their last concert they did, they said, we're going to call this Incarnation Eagles 101. And they were like, we're going to do it again.
Wow. Well, we're doing the best we can, I believe.
Yeah, I want to say you hit it on the head there. Lots of great stuff there, but how do we hold ourselves with compassion and empathy amidst this amazing time that's just so paradoxical and so confusing, and all of our sources of meaning are being stripped away and daring us to know ourselves in a whole new way, and to do just what you said. We're doing the best we can. We're just these naive little monkeys who got around to thinking that we think, and I played with fire a whole bunch and then walked away and went and ate some bananas and came back to the village, and the village is on fire and they don't know what happened. And that's where we are, quite literally. It's like, what's going on? This technology was beautiful. The fire was awesome last night. Why did it burn my house down now? Right? Is that we're just awakening to the power that we hold. Just like the monkeys awakening to how powerful the fire was, we're awakening to how powerful our destruction and fossil fuels and technology and toxicity and all that are. And so we really got to hold
ourselves. The question
is
to get outside of the communications and the talkings and the thoughts to actual writing down and creating new paradigms in a new constitution and a new education system and a new healthcare system, and having people working on it, not just talking about it, but doing it. We have to wait for this silly election to just kind of blow over all the freakies. They all go to prison, and then we have to get down to business and take care of our country, our children, our schools, our healthcare. All of it is a mess. And the millionaires have to pay more taxes, man.
Well, you know, and we're basically also, people are waking up, and when they wake up to the reality that we've been lied to for a really long time, so that people could get rich off everyone else and use them for their advantage, people aren't going to be really happy when they figure out what's really been going on for a while.
Well, the taxation situation, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, not just that, but
I don't want to do anything on Amazon.
Well, even the truth of how the universe really functions.
Yeah.
You know, and so, you know, if you realize that the only purpose was to keep people in fear and to keep control, you know, when a lot of this stuff comes out, they're just not going to be happy. you know.
We're not, no control, baby. We're out of control. There's no,
Yeah, we are.
all bets are off, man. Wow.
And I think one of the benefits that they talk about too is for people that have been able to step outside of the family, you know, like in my case, I had brothers and sisters and stuff. My parents had died. So they all went about their own little ways, but because of that, it allowed me to question and examine everything in my life and what I had experienced to realize that there was something more and different out there, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I lost my mother in March. No funeral, no time to gather, no nothing. And it was pretty weird. And now one of my brothers isn't speaking to me and the other one isn't. And it's like, you know what? All you guys figure it out, you know?
Right.
You're all ridiculous. Get over yourselves.
Right. And I'm like, I'm having a pretty good time. People would ask me about, you know, how are you doing with COVID-19? Because my son just moved out. He just turned 19 in June.
Oh my goodness.
And he had graduated when he was 17. He stayed until Christmas and then paid off his car, which is fine with me. And then him and his girlfriend got their own place, you know, and then this hit. And so people would ask me, and my son's funny. He brings his dog to stay with me for a week every month. So once a month, he'll bring his dog and leave it with me for a month or for a week to make sure I'm not lonely. So I think it's funny. At least I know he cares about me.
I like it.
So anyway, you know, people ask me, well, how are you doing, you know, with all this? And I'm like, hey, I think it's one gigantic retreat. I'm going deeper. I'm going as deep as I can get.
Yeah, I'm picking up all my Marianne Williamson books. I'm back in Ruiz teaching myself again to just kind of like slow down. It's been a great gift in many ways. I'm glad there's no traffic and that the airplanes are slowed down. And I think it's a really great opportunity for everyone to like put on the brakes and go, wow, we really do have to redirect our lives.
Hey, Elena, how are you today?
Hi, everyone. I'm doing good. Thank you.
Is there anything you want to share today or join in with the conversation?
No, I'm just chilling, taking a break from the event. I've been watching it like most of the day, so thought I'd come in and check in with you guys.
Elenia, did you see that that Day Out of Time is going to join the conversation at 4:30?
Yeah, I saw that. And just to kind of like share, my name is Eliana.
Say it again.
Eliana.
Eliana.
There you go. I'm Brazilian, by the way.
Yes.
Thank you all. But yeah, I did see it at 4:30. I have been even promoting it so more people would join, hopefully.
Awesome.
I apologize about the I because you're on my iPhone, so I didn't see the I in there. So I will remember you have an I in your name like I have an I in my name.
Thank you. Oh, no worries.
So I totally understand what you're talking about. I made the joke about giving it up when I was in grade school because I would realize I would be correcting people for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Even whenever I go somewhere where you have to give your name and they call you, like say Starbucks or whatever, even though I haven't been there in ages, I've always given my daughter's name because they always get my name wrong. So I was like, yeah, I'll just give her name. So what were you guys talking about?
Let me tell you what we were talking about. I'm in my basement going through a bunch of old stuff, and I just found something that I have to show off. It's my first sewing project. Let's see, flip around. This is my first sewing project, a quilt that I made from napkins I stole from restaurants.
That's great.
I used to love to take the napkins when I'd go out to eat, and I had this whole big old bag of napkins. I'm like, what can I do with that? And so I said, well, we'll just put it on the back of this old sheet, and we'll make a little comforter out of it. I just found it at the bottom of the box. I'm cleaning out my basement, which is quite beautiful collection of my life piled into one big room. So that's what I'm up to.
That's cool. Being productive.
Yep. That's one of the beautiful things about the conversation. You can just have it playing in the background while you're taking care of business.
That is very true.
But we were just talking about vaccines and all that kind of fun stuff and viruses. I don't know if we want to keep talking about that, but that was the last topic that was flying around.
My real father had the virus.
What?
Yeah, my real father had the virus. He said he got through it just like the flu. He said it was really bad, but he made it through it. And his girlfriend, I don't know if I want to call her his wife, but they've been together for a while. But she lost sight in her eye and stuff, but she regained it. So crazy virus. Thing that sucks is like whenever I want to go see him, he works at Dollar General, and the lady he works with lives up the street from me. Every time I try to go see him, she always has something to say. Like one night I went at I think it was like 8:30 or 9 or something like that before close. She's like, "You're not allowed to be here because your dad's here and all this." And I don't I don't like to get mad at people, but I feel like it. Yeah, she even I was talking to some friends outside, like this guy that had a parrot, and I knew the lady that owned it before him, and I was talking to him, and she came outside, and she's like, "Oh, you're not allowed to stand there. You got to be 6 feet apart." And I was like, "We're standing right outside the store." And she was complaining about us being up there, and I was like, "Geez, this virus thing's out of hand." Yeah. So go ahead, anybody else?
Hi, I just was just talking to someone from Mark's Foundation, and he will be doing a CE6 meditation tonight at 9 after the program, the Saturday Night Alive segment that he'll be doing. So just
what time would
to
that be Eastern time?
Pacific time, it's 9 p.m. So if you're Eastern time, that's midnight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Marco, yeah, be around
Yeah.
the same time zone.
So just FYI, he did the same thing last time where he didn't post the link, but I'll try to get the link, the actual wherever he's going to hold. I'm assuming it will be on, excuse me, it will be on his author Facebook page, which is author Mark Sims. So just FYI, in case you guys would like to participate or even share on your pages and stuff, the little graphics and stuff is on his author page, and it's also in our group. So you can use those to share with others, that because I know a lot of people that participated of the 10-day event really misses having those group meditations. I, for one, miss those every single day. And so I'm sure that people would be super happy to hear that that's going on.
I'm Eastern too.
What was that?
I'm Eastern as well.
Oh, okay. Where do you live?
Hourly draw.
What's that? Your voice is a little distorted there.
I will see you all on Saturday Night Live, and I'm going to go off and play outside. Blessings to everybody for goodness,
Yeah,
for grace,
fun.
for kindness, and love.
You too. Thanks.
Love to all.
Thank you so
And
much. You
my
too.
little love rocks are
What
going out tomorrow to the market, to all the people in the
Did
market.
you make those above your head?
No.
Above your head, did you make those?
That? Those are from Jamaica.
Yeah.
They're little pot holders from
What
Jamaica.
are they?
And the other
Oh,
work
that's
from
awesome.
Bali, Indonesia. I make prayer flags from Bali, Indonesia. I make prayer flags. I'll have to bring
Oh,
them
okay.
out and show you all.
Apakabar then.
Yeah, we'll have to talk more. But
I know
you
a
all.
little bit of Indonesian.
Love, love, love to everybody. Love,
Thanks
love.
for coming on. Much love.
Aku cinta kamu. That means I love you in Indonesian.
Oh, that's sweet.
Hakuna Matata.
Aku cinta.
Bye.
Okay, next one.
Yeah, my boss made me work for a second, so I had to whip out my laptop. But I had already done it. I was just double checking it and telling him where he could find it in the main server. So did anybody read the article in the New York Times from Thursday night?
No.
What was
Which
it about?
one?
The one about the they released the budget from the Senate for UFOs, and the Pentagon was saying they're basically going to start disclosing information every 6 months. It was also going into Harry Reid from Nevada. They were talking about, they knew they were crash sites and technology. So basically we might be seeing some reverse engineering stuff. But anyway, there was an article in the New York Times about it on Thursday night.
We should try to invite more people in here. Get more topics going.
Yeah, that's on its way, Mike. We got some pretty big promotional partners that are looking like they're coming on. So
That's awesome, man.
I think it'll just be a short time. Short time.
I think it was really cool that Una from the Game of Thrones was a speaker on the Convergence. That was really cool.
I love my boss. I told him where to find the binder he was looking for, but we have such a huge server system. He hasn't figured out where it's at yet. So I'm like chuckling because he goes, this is what I found. I'm like, you're not looking in settlement. So would anybody like to share their vision or what they'd like to see in their life, or what they'd like to see happen with the planet and the collective as a whole?
I've actually been working on trying to make shirts for the Convergence, and there's people doing street art where I live, and I was thinking about drawing something like that, like drawing something like this or something really nice, and put the harmonic convergence and the website up so my town can learn about the convergence and all that. That would be really cool.
Mm-hmm. Welcome, Neil. Do you have something you'd like to share, or any topic you'd like to discuss?
I was really hoping that was my friend, but hey, he can be my friend anyway.
Yeah, you can be all our friends.
I invited a friend of mine named Neil, and I was really hoping it was him. So, so what's up, Neil? You can unmute yourself and talk if you want.
He disappeared on us. I'm reading Summers. She hadn't seen a Barb here today either. I invited my nephew who stopped by yesterday, and he said he'd be checking it out. So if you see a Josh on here, that's my nephew.
That's really cool. I'm trying to invite my friends also, like the believers and stuff. It's hard to find actual believers. My mom, she's really religious, so it'll hard to get her in here.
Right.
And stuff. Like I believe in God and all that stuff, but I believe in more. I believe in way more. Like it's what we grew up to believe. It's what we were taught.
Right.
Like who knows if it was really true? So it's what we were taught. It's what our was put in our DNA. And like we're supposed to love God and all that stuff. Like I know he condemned the devil to be in hell, and that's where we get our sin from. Like, but shouldn't he forgive so there won't be more sin in the world?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and there are so many different beliefs, and yet at the same time, a lot of them cross over. Like if you go back, to the Jewish writings, the early Jewish writings, and you look at the Bible, but the Bible's been rewritten several times now. And you look at
so
the Quran and stuff, they have huge portions of all of those books that overlap, and they all tell similar stories. So there's shared stories.
New stuff also.
So, at some point you have to realize if we're really supposed to love our neighbor as ourselves, then why was the Crusades going on to kill people that wouldn't conform to your religion?
Right.
So, now the Pope is actually saying, isn't it wonderful? We all worship the same God. Well, that's a step forward. One of the hardest things to change is religious beliefs, because unfortunately people take on their religious beliefs as their identity. So when you basically they feel attacked if your belief system isn't the same as theirs, because that's what they were taught, and it becomes a dogma that's been instilled in them. And so if you don't, I can give an example of why it's hard to change a belief system. Now, abuse and domestic violence is a really good example of a belief system and why it's hard to change. When
And
you
also
talk about right,
mental abuse. Yeah.
right, and so when you talk about those in particular, they know that if you take an adult that's been taught that it's okay to be abusive. I live in a state that's the #1 domestic violence state in the nation. And you have the problem of child abuse, stemming from that also. And so what occurs is that if you put
child abuse.
Right, if you have 300 people that go to counseling for domestic violence, only 1 out of that 300 people will actually recover, because once a child has school, it's hard to change a belief system. And so it has to do with looking at yourself and realizing that, hey, maybe this isn't accurate. And so that's where people run into, a hard time in changing belief systems, because it means that they have to admit that there's part of themselves that's a shadow side, and they don't like to face your shadow side. And if you
I agree with you.
and
Yeah, my
that's
mother.
Right, go ahead.
My mother, since she's really religious, she met this guy through the Hangouts app, and he's claiming that he's from the United Nations and that he's on a boat, and he can't chat to her on like video chat and all that stuff. To me, he's catfishing her, and she can't see that. Like, she's looking to divorce my dad, and she believes that this guy loves her and stuff, and that he's all Christian, like blah blah blah, this and all that stuff. And she sent me the picture of his United Nations card. It was fake. You could tell it's fake. It looked photoshopped, and it's not even laying on a desk. It's just like just sitting there.
Yeah.
And she still believes he's a real person. And
that's one of the things I agree with you guys. You see it all the time on Facebook, and people will look at your photograph and then try to hit on you, and they'll like, can I get to know you? And I'm like, do you know yourself?
I think she even sent him money.
Yeah, and that's really what they do. They actually try to, they look for somebody, and I'm sure women do it too, but I've seen,
yeah, it's a romance scheme.
Yeah, just to see what they can get off someone, because they think that, you got them hooked in this lie. But usually by the time they've talked to me for 2 days, and I don't just chat with them, I just throw back consciousness questions at them, they usually disappear. But I think it's kind of, I just like, do you know yourself? And they're like, and that one usually stops. A lot of them don't even answer back after that one, but it's just kind of fascinating.
You're okay. Neil wants to know about the day at time event, when it's over.
It's between 6 and 9 tonight. Hi, Brandon.
And Neil, what times are you in? Where do you live, buddy? We also have another new person here.
Yeah, Brandon. I just said hi.
And Joseph.
Hey guys.
Also.
Hi guys. It's
Hey,
Danny.
Brandon,
how's everybody doing?
What's up, guys?
Not bad, bud.
Good.
Hello.
What's up, Joseph? How you doing? Would you like to talk?
Hi,
What was that?
Hi guys, we're in a breakout room right now. We're in a break.
Yeah. No, we're in a regular room.
We're in the main room.
Oh, okay. Like it was a breakout room.
If you have anything you'd like to talk about, you can do it here if you want.
I'm okay. I'm just listening.
Okay.
So I'm looking
Good,
to
How
see.
you doing, Brandon?
I'm doing good, just chilling.
Good to hear. Okay, Deirdre, you can go on if you want.
Oh, I'm looking to see if I can share my, I don't know if the sometimes they won't let the co-host share, and Summer walked off with all the controls and not, and even as a co-host, you need to be the host to share. So let's see if I can, it'll let me
Danny's
screen
also
share.
here. How you doing, Danny?
Mm-hmm.
How you
Living
doing,
the
Danny?
dream. I'm living the dream. Aren't we all?
I was trying to share
Okay,
the
good.
email that showed the stuff on that, but I'm trying to see if it's going to let me.
Oh, for the day one thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I got it on Facebook.
Yeah, well, I was trying to share it through the share your screen so that everybody could see it.
Yeah.
With the phone
Hey,
numbers if
Peter,
you
what's
wanted
up,
to call
buddy?
in.
Just wondering if Summer gave her phone number to anybody. I tried to reach her through her email.
I have her
I
phone
have it.
number.
I have it
Yeah.
too.
Tell her we need the host
Yeah.
needs to be left in the main chat room so she can be a co-host. But the host needs to be.
Ask her to please come back, and then we can
Okay.
send her back to that breakout room. Thanks.
Okay.
Hey, Peter, what's going on in the breakout room?
I don't know. I think it happened before. I don't even know what the topic is. I came on late.
Can somebody throw me over there so I can check it out?
I guess we could have done it that way, but no, because the host Summer went there with the host, so we can't even.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, so we're kind of screwed here.
Does anybody even know what the topic was? Was anybody around when they did the breakout room?
I wasn't.
Oh, you know what? She might be doing the time out of time thing.
Yeah, she might be. Give her a call and let's see if we can get her back. And
I texted her.
Thank you. So that's a good thing to learn as hosts. Obviously, we're picking up little nuggets along the way here.
Yeah. So, hey, Neil, is there anything you'd like to share, buddy?
He has problems with
talk
his
in the
mic,
chat
he
if
was
you
saying.
want. Oh, no, he can talk in the chat if he wants.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay, Brandon, yeah. Have a good day, bud.
And then I have a new iPad, so some of the stuff that they have listed on here, like where they tell you how to take a screenshot and do different things, you're like, it doesn't work because I don't have that button. Mine's on the side. Hey, Danny, how are you today? Summer's back. Hey, Summer, we need you to give somebody the main host because when you go off to another page, we can't do some things.
Jill's a new person here, too. Jill's the iPhone 7.
Yeah, hi, Jill.
Hey, Summer, are you there?
Brandon says he'll be back in a little bit. He's busy at the moment.
Oh, did Summer come onto the into this room or? no?
Yeah, she's on the screen.
Oh, so Summer, can you talk to us? She's been on the screen. Her name
Oh,
has been
okay.
on.
Maybe the screen just rearranged and I saw her name on it. I did send a text to her though.
Okay. If I'm not listening when she comes, let's ask her what she was doing. Because if she was in the breakout room needing to share the video, then that's another level of question that we have to figure out. If they can only, if only the host can share screen in a breakout room, I don't know the answer to that.
Right. And the other question is who's in the room with her? Because
right. And I know there's a feature in Zoom where you can have multiple hosts, not just
Right.
co-hosts, but multiple hosts. And we may need to do that when we go
I don't
breaking
think
out.
I don't think she's in a Zoom room, to tell you the truth, because the people that were on here when I got on here left. Annie, I think was Annie on here, Mike, when we, or she been added since there? Because everybody else that was here when I got on here is been on and off.
Okay, well, the next level can work because I can go in as Jamin and claim the host. That's that's the other route if she's not around.
Okay.
So I'll check in with Jamin and I will I'll go in that way.
Okay. So is there anything you want to talk about today, Danny, or how have you been doing?
I think they need to fix their mic. I think they shut it off completely.
Okay, I'll be back in just a second. I'm gonna grab something. I have this little table set up on a little, I have a stepper on top of a little outside table that I put my laptop on in front of the couch. So I'll share a couple little things from Transurfing in 78 Days. Awakening. Wake up right here, right now. Be aware and remember that everyone is a dreamer, and everything that is happening around you is nothing more than a dream. Only the dream no longer has any control over you. So when you wake up to the reality that you can be the observer, then that's when the dream no longer has control over you. Now that you have woken up in the dream, you can influence how events will unfold. Your advantage lies in awareness. Feel your strength. Strength is always yours when you remember it. From now on, everything will be as you want it to be. Interpretation. Your birth into the life represents a new awakening after a series of past incarnations. Dreams about reality. From the moment you appeared in the world, you have had amazing abilities. You could hear the rustling of the morning stars, see auras, and communicate with birds and animals. The entire world has an astonishing extravaganza of luminous energy, and you are the magician, capable of controlling it. However, you soon fell once again under the influence of others, and others and were plunged into a dream. The dreamers constantly and intentionally focused your attention on the physical aspects of reality. As a result, your magical abilities were lost. Have you ever felt as if life were a dream in which reality is controlling you? Rather than you controlling it, the time has come to reclaim your former power. Hacking the dream. Right now, embrace the awareness that your life is a game, which you have been pushed into playing while you were mentally engrossed in the game. You can't objectively evaluate a situation or influence the course of the events in any significant way. So first, come down to the audience level. Take a good, calm look at everything around you and say to yourself, in this moment, I am fully awake and aware of where I am, what is happening, and what I am doing and why. Then walk back onto the stage and continue playing your role while remaining the witness. Like any other member of the audience, now you have a huge advantage, awareness. You have hacked the game and have acquired the ability to control it. Interpretation. When you dream, you're at the mercy of circumstances. The rational mind sleeps and accepts everything at face value as if everything were unfolding as it should. Waking life is pretty much the same. You might tend to think that reality is something that exists independently and that you are powerless to influence it. You are mostly resigned to that lot, the set of capabilities given to you and the conditions of the environment in which you have had to exist. All you can do is go with the flow, that of fate from time to time, making minor attempts to assert your rights. It is really possible to change. Is it really possible to change things? To right, it is, and you will. Until now, you have probably perceived reality as you were taught to. Now be aware that reality is like a dream. You can only control the situation through lucid dreaming. And they're talking about being awake, besides the lucid dreaming, like when you're sleeping. On stage, everyone is playing a role and all the actors are interacting with you. In one way or another, they might expect something of you and make impositions, requests, and demands. They may help obstruct, love, or hate you. Look at the game consciously from a distance, and then you will understand it all. So I think as humans right now, we are waking up to the reality that even as the Toltecs believe that we are actually in a dream, and that what plays out, we know, is actually a holographic universe, and we perceive everything. The frequent, like we spoke earlier, the frequency that allows us to sense the ability that this couch is solid and we can sit on it. So these are all aspects of the dream, and how we wake up into it and realize that we can control it. And one of the things that we had mentioned earlier were pendulums, and sometimes people try to manipulate us and make us pendulums in their play. And so when we step back, we can also realize and see when other people are trying to engage us into their idea of what reality should be, or try to control us, as to continue in the idea that what we know about the universe is not accurate, but we know that it is, because science is now proving that everything that we're discussing is actually true. So I think that that's why there's this huge anti-science push right now, because the only way they can fight back is to actually prevent people from actually learning about it. So does anybody have any ideas about that?
None offhand, but that sounds really cool.
Okay, they made me the host now. And no, the day out of time is not over. It starts again at 4, the Pacific time.
What about Eastern?
That would be Pacific time. So you would be at 8 o'clock your time.
Okay, thank you. I'll check it out during that time.
Not sure that's accurate translation of times there. So we have to watch when we say times that we always put a time zone on it. And since in general we operate on Pacific general with our noon to midnight, you know, we just always have to ask. It's really confusing. So
Actually, Mike, he's correct. I said 4 o'clock from my time. It's 3 hours difference from yours. So yours is going to be 7. When I realized you said Eastern time is 4 hours difference from Alaska. You're 3 hours difference from Pacific. So it's 7 o'clock.
Okay, that works. Yeah, I live in Pennsylvania.
Sorry, you have to copy and paste. That one can't link. It linked. When I pushed on it, it took me to the so it did link. So if you click on that, it'll take you to their page where you can go into it and log on to where they're at. But they're supposed to be linking stuff to this page, to the Zoom page. Or coming in is what my understanding of what Peter was saying.
Oh yeah, it's all linked, but since somebody asked, about the schedule, I just wanted to make sure I got the information out there that the daytime program that everybody's been watching ends at 4, and then the Saturday Night Alive picks up kind of where it left off. It continues, and that one starts at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and it goes all the way through 9 p.m. Pacific time, and then when it ends at 9 is when Mark goes into his Hue meditation, the link that I shared earlier, and then sent invites to everybody that I know from the events and stuff. So that's kind of like the timeline, and I know somewhere between 4:30 and 6 before he goes on Saturday Night Alive. I think he's going to stop by potentially with Maya on here to answer questions, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of what I know. Busy day.
yeah, I'm on with Maya right now too, and she was confirming a few things. So hoping to get a more specific time on that. But I think that's in general that 4:30 to 7 window, I guess, would be overall available. Does Saturday Night Alive start at 6 or 7? Oh no, 6 tonight, huh?
It starts at 6, yes.
That's
and
right.
I don't know when he's going on that, maybe at the very beginning, a little intro, then maybe later. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know where the timeline is for that.
That's the beauty of our platform. Things come and go so quickly around here, like Dorothy said in The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, you can't plan too far ahead, and it's just like things are just happening, like boom.
And if you happen to be a Wizard of Oz fan, as I'm cleaning out my basement, I will show you part of my Wizard of Oz collection. That here I am for the Oakland A's, dressed up as the Wizard of Oz gang, and there I are as the Cowardly Lion. There you go.
Okay, so I have been pretty much on my computer the whole day, and I'm a little sick of it. So I'm gonna I'm gonna go do something and come back later for sure in a little bit. I think at 4:30 I'll come back.
Okay.
Taking a little lunch break, I guess. See you guys a little later.
Okay.
Much love.
Love you too.
Awesome. Thanks for all your help.
No problemo.
Wait, was that Deirdre or was that Eliana that was saying
That
goodbye?
was Ilyana.
Oh, okay. For a second, I thought. Anyway, I guess it wouldn't have mattered if you leave. If
Yeah.
you leave, the hosting will come back to
Right.
one of the Jamans on there.
Mhm.
So let's check in on that real quick. Who's good for the next couple hours, and how are we feeling on all that?
Well, I'm free for the next couple of hours, so I don't have a problem with being here.
Same here.
So we can hang out and chat about different topics when somebody else wants to pipe up. Other than that, sometimes I just try to grab something and try to get somebody to be involved in a conversation about it.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely perfect. Just like you did, read a little something, or maybe now that you're host, you want to try to go screen share, or is your iPad the problem to the screen share?
No, that's what I was doing right now, was trying to bring the screen share. I just noticed that there was two different sets of directions because I have a new iPad. So I was laughing about what was online. So yeah, we can do a screen share. We did some screen sharing last night. It's just a little different on this one. So. But let's see if I can go into this and see. See if that comes up.
Yep, here it comes. There it is. And then you'll be able to hit full screen or something when it comes up, and it looks like you're trying an older version of your browser. What's that say over there? Oh no. All right.
This is what's currently playing up right now off your link where you were talking about. This is that link you sent earlier.
Yes, but okay. But it's what I thought I read on the right-hand side there where it says, oh no. It says something, I think it says something about your browser. I don't know. I can't read it. But
Please
I'm wondering.
update it to use live chat.
Yeah, you gotta update your internet browser.
Okay.
Or use a different one.
Okay, now
what are you using? Are you using Chrome or are you using Microsoft
Safari.
Edge? Safari.
Yeah. That's what's on
Okay, you
iPad.
go to your. Let's see, how do you update it? I think it's up at the top there. Right up at the top next to the search right there. I think that's an update right there. I'm not sure. Right above the oh no.
Well, I can do this too. Just a second.
you have a YouTube account?
No, I just use the free YouTube.
Okay. Do you have the YouTube app?
Yeah, that's what I've been using. I shared on it the other night.
Okay, hang on,
um,
hang on a second. Hang on a 2nd Mike. Summer's writing in the chat. Summer, are you there? Deidre just asked about a breakout room. Do you know what I'm saying? She may have jumped on and jumped back off, but
Well,
she
people
says,
were saying that, yeah, she was in a breakout room, so I only know what they were saying, but I don't think she is because everybody is here. So I don't think she's in a breakout room. I think she's just somewhere else.
okay, but she just wrote in the chat not 1 minute ago. So she at least dropped in to say some things and then drop back out. It may not be important at all, just trying to figure out what's unfolding here. Q&A discussion with the host and producers of Day Out of Time. Okay, so they're definitely posting and planning on coming in. She's trying to get me the time that's going to happen. So I will be around for that as long as it happens before 5 o'clock.
Okay.
I have another show I'm supposed to be doing at 5 o'clock. It works to go over to your platform if it's a cross-promotional thing. Okay, Mia. All right, I'll figure that out and get back to you.
Yeah, I just downloaded Google Chrome, so I have that more than Safari. So that just will solve that problem. So, but I was pulling that out of, let's see if it'll open it in here now. I was pulling the link out of his email, but I can copy this link and try to open it there. Maybe it'll open it in that now. It says the same thing in Google. It's coming up like it says you're using an older version of your browser, which is weird. Unless it's only opening it in Safari.
Yeah, you got to go to your apps and you got to update your apps and stuff.
Well, I just downloaded Google Chrome.
Yeah, it's weird. And it said you're using an old version.
No, that's what it says on the side of it. Just a second, I can skip out of this in a second.
The reason women around them continue to walk in a straight line. Do not pay
I hear
attention
it playing.
to the white noise. Conduct right action and pure truth. And that is the navigation system to manifest the perfect outcome in the new earth.
Well, this is kind of weird because I went in.
May I suggest one thing real quick?
I'll send it to you and you can do it.
Okay, can we just try one more thing? You're using the link that I sent you, I think.
Yeah.
Try to just go to Facebook and go to Unify and pull up the commercial from there instead of from the link I gave you. May not have been the right link somehow.
Okay.
Or may have been a busted link or I don't know what, but that's just one other tech thing while I try to reach Jamin here. And in the meantime, Mike, are you on two different things that you could watch that commercial yourself while this is getting figured out if you want to?
What was that, buddy?
I just suggested if you have two machines, or if you could watch the video link so that you have a little more flavor of what the day out of time thing is.
I know
Well, what it's trying to run across from that link
Okay, we
is,
can't.
and you,
I have an extra phone I can bring in, and I'll be able to play it for you.
Oh, I don't. I just have you play it for yourself. Is all I
Mhm.
was thinking. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I just want us host guys to be as aware as we can for when they come in.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be back to grab my other phone.
Okay. I'll have my son figure this out. Yeah, he's really good at doing it faster.
There's an Anastasia person on our call. Which of our wonderful Anastasias is this?
Anastasia Campbell. I'm not any of the cool ones.
No, you're the coolest one. You're the one who keeps coming on. Those other Anastasias haven't been hanging out so much.
Oh, I've been trying my best to get on, but after the whole harmonic convergence, I've been very busy. So I'm doing my best to get on and participate.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And it's good to have you back and around. I'm trying to take care of a couple of details, but Mike and Deirdre can keep you happy for a moment or two here.
Summer says DOOT hasn't stopped. Stop at 4. Deirdre just asking you, DOOT breakout room, DOOT breakout room, assign, LOL. You know what I'm saying? No, I have no clue what you're saying. Whatever you typed in, Summer, I'm clueless.
Okay, no worry. Don't worry about that right now. We got confused in there someplace.
Yeah. Hey, Anastasia, is there any topics you'd like to discuss, or?
Not anything in particular. If there's a conversation already that's up in the air, I'd love to hear and chime in.
Okay. We were just talking about the day out of time.
Oh, that's a good conversation. I don't know much about it, so educate me, please.
Well, we know that from 6 to 9 Pacific time, they have their tonight they have their Saturday Night Alive going on with some meditation and different people teaching and sharing and performing.
So I got there's a little bit more info on that. Is so that in the Mayan calendar, in order to make 13 months of 28 days, so that it correlates with the moon cycles, there's one extra day in the 365, and the day that's quote unquote out of time is today, July 25th. And so they've been going all day broadcast, or many hours today, on Unify and other sites, doing a whole day long program. Their program is ending soon, and many of them are scheduled to come over here, including with Maya, who was the gal who helped us so much with the harmonic convergence. And then after they're with us from 4:30 to 6 or whatever that ends up being, then there's a show called Saturday Night Alive that's all about their show. And we will decide to what degree we bounce back and forth or just air their program here on the conversation, where we can be watching it and talking to each other in the chat room, or just send people to go watch it, however they want to do it.
Okay. Is there something that you guys have been doing today that's been feeling like more at one with everything? Like, do you guys feel like as a day at a time, if that makes sense?
Well, we've been discussing how you can actually get out of time, out of linear time today. And that is through accessing the 0 point field, or what they call the Akashic field, or the void. Those are all, and where you access those are actually once you get above 6 density into the 7 density. But the only way to access that, other than this particular day out of the year, is to actually access, to get out of linear time, is to go through the field.
Wow. Can you please talk more about that? Like with me, I understand the concept between traveling between one reality and 0 reality, and how to balance being in between both. So that'll be interesting to hear more about this.
So Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about it. There's several other people that teach about it. There's a book by New Zealand called Reality Transurfing. You can use it in meditation to actually access the 0 point field, the void, the Akashic field. And it's where you can connect with source. And basically, that is the space where you are actually able to alter what happens within the reality of your life. And so it has to do with aligning your heart field. And because we were discussing earlier that how the language of the universe is energy.
Right.
And so what the universe understands is energy, and how we create our reality is by the energies and the frequencies we engage in daily.
Right.
And so we attract into our life whatever energy, vibration, or frequency, or emotions that we continually engage in.
Right.
So to alter those, what they found out, and Dr. Joe Dispenza has a whole bunch of videos and stuff you can watch on YouTube about, even with healing, is when you align your heart space and are able to go into this space, that you are able to shape and create your reality. You're able to heal yourself. You can even actually help other people envision their realities and hold those visions for them. We've done layering meditations here, where people have shared what they would like to see with their life and what they would like to see with the planet. And so we've had different people share the aspects of that, and then we would go in and basically do a meditation, enter that field, and then do a quantum jump into that reality, moving the planet forward. And because there's a larger field with other people when you do this, it also helps align the energetic field to move that forward a little quicker. Does that make sense?
It does. I just have a few questions. So when you're meditating and you're meditating with like a group of people, not exactly in the same area, how energetically do we connect?
Because all consciousness is connected. When we have our bodies operate off of Makabas, which generates the energetic field. When we all enter consciousness together, because everybody's connected in consciousness, we connect through the torsion field of our heart. And from there, and I've posted some video links on this before, where it shows the field and how we connect. What occurs is we're able to connect to each other's hearts, and we're actually able to connect into everything else in the universe through protons, because all protons are connected. And so once that's how we're able to access alternate realities, is because you can move through the protons from one reality to the next, because there's multiple realities going on at any time.
Okay.
So you can basically, and remote viewing is another good example of that. You can lucid dreaming is a form of that, where you're able to access those realities and see different areas and realities that you could bring into this lifetime.
Right. Like pre-projecting.
Correct.
Okay, interesting. That's really cool. Because like I never necessarily knew what I was doing, but I knew I was doing something.
Right.
So it connects a lot of dots for me. So thank you.
One of the interesting things is that there's the masculine form of it, and there's the feminine side, the feminine form of it. And like I was sharing before you came on, that the divine feminine, the pattern, what we're entering into, we're going away from the patriarchal leadership that took over. For women always understood the intuitive side, understood the use of emotions. And so what happened was that was suppressed. And then we went to the current form that we have. And so now, just last month and this month, we're beginning to enter back into the rising up of the divine feminine and the balancing of the masculine and feminine energies. And so I have a friend named Brian Scott. He runs the Reality Revolution. You can check him out. He has podcasts. He has lots of different teachings and stuff. And so we do feedback back and forth, and like we'll share, and then he'll incorporate the feminine stuff that I've learned intuitively with the learnings and teachings of him studying all kinds of different people. And so then we're able to blend it and create meditations that incorporate both the intuitive side and the side that he's learned from studying, the masculine side. So I'm like you, I basically I read a book called The Field and the Holographic Universe. And, I had experienced some health issues. And so when I read those books, I applied healing in a slightly different way than just what the book said, because I knew that all healing, even in the books, basically said all healing and all illness actually starts within your auric field. And so
Right.
before it manifests within your body. And so like the US Olympic team and the Russian Olympic team, and they actually use visualization, where they know that if you imagine doing an exercise in your mind, or imagine skiing, or, doing jumping and ice skating, or tumbling as a gymnastic and the jumps and stuff they do, that if you imagine in your mind each step of doing it, you can actually like increase your strength 30%.
That's actually really funny you said that, because I'm Russian. I'm from Russia. And before I was adopted, I remember doing those classes where we would watch a video, and then we would have to close our eyes and imagine what we just saw, and pretty much train ourselves to do what we just saw.
Right. And so one of the aspects of changing reality and creating it is becoming that. So before it starts to show up in your life, it's like playing a role. They talk about playing a role where you change who you are. What does it feel like to be that?
Right. Wow.
What does it feel like to be healthy? What does it feel like to be in the loving relationship that you want to create within your life? What does it feel like to be successful in the business? Or if you want to become a speaker, what does it feel like to be that? And so you begin to embody that. And by doing that, then you attract that into your life. And so with the healing, I took that slightly step differently. And I've shared this before, where my doctors told me I scare the living shit out of them at the hospital because I literally had 3 discs fused in a knee surgery, 2 different surgeries. And I was reading the field at the time, and I'm like, I'm not going to envision the healing in my body. I'm going to do it in the auric field. Okay. So I did it in the auric field, and I walked out of the hospital with no walker, no cane. They kicked me out of home therapy within 4 days. They would make me go do pool therapy, and the energy frequency I had, they'd like me to do I Chi, which is Tai Chi in the water, with the other people, because it helped them. They like recognize this. And so there's an aspect of creating who we want to be, and the best version of ourselves is actually envisioning that and then becoming that. And even Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about that. And so it's taking, 20 minutes a couple times a day, or if you're sitting there with your coffee break and looking at what you want to create in your life, and you create this emotion of love of what it would feel like to be that. And then you envision, people congratulating you on the new job you just got, of what you wanted to do, coming to pass, what it would feel like to be in that relationship with that person, what it would feel like to wake up in the morning, and be with that person. What would it feel like to live in the house that you want to? And what that does is sets you up. And when you start to take those small steps along those paths, it only takes one little step at a time. So when you begin to envision those, and it creates action in your life.
Oh, thank you. That you're an amazing speaker. That really, I needed to hear this today. Thank you. And your story is absolutely beautiful, and that's amazing what you can just do, and how looking at the world is just so sickening that it's just all about money. It's not even about healing the person. That's such a wonderful thing that we need to be teaching in the education system, and we're suppressing it, and that's just look how it's turning out.
Right. We want to welcome Isabel and Elise. Do you guys have anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, I was just about to say that we got new people.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Were you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm trying to Greg Braden actually wrote a book a long time ago about the Old Testament, how it talked about praying. He did this whole thing about the codes of numbers that are in the Old Testament. And anyway, it boils down to the same thing that is supposedly attributed to Jesus to have said about praying, which is basically what people call the law of attraction, which is basically, it is as you believe that it is. And, NLP pulled all this apart to show people how to do some of this a long time ago as well. Yeah, that visualization is one thing, but without the feeling component, it has a little bit of difficulty launching in this vector of the cosmos, so to speak. So we have to add our most passionate feeling of the moment. I mean, there's a lot of different ways it's been said. Mm-hmm. Abraham put it, that it's like 17 seconds or something like that you must be focused mm-hmm. upon a situation. I mean, however one approaches it, it's all it's all the same information. It's very ancient information. It's not anything new age, which people try to make it sound like and then scoff at it. It's just holding people back as far as I can see. And I'm really grateful to have found the website and what little I was able to catch today on YouTube. I want to go back and listen to more, but yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you connected with them? Or
with the harmonic convergence, I've participated in them and different things with the Peace Tribe, and their after parties have been on here. So technically we kind of cross paths. So there's a lot of people that are kind of sharing in both groups.
I don't know about two groups. I'm a little not up on what's going on here. Except for the part where I came on excited about that they were going to talk about the calendar. And I thought it was going to be more like how to use it, but you know, it's hard to do that in one day. I mean, it's a pretty deep subject.
And actually that's part of what we were discussing, because today is what they call the day out of time, which is the one day that we are actually not within linear time. And that's one of the topics we kind of were discussing, which is part of the law of attraction, which people don't realize is being able to access what they call the void or space. And because she's new, I'm going to go through it again. When you reach into above 6 density level, that's like 7, we are no longer actually in linear time. So as we awaken and as the planet awakens, we're moving up to higher levels. And so like the 6th level density is where a planet actually becomes a social memory complex. And so after that is where you actually can move out of linear time. So what's occurring right now is we're actually learning how to access being out of time to actually, because the only place you can manifest out of is the 0 point field, what the Chinese called the father of all things. It's the field where everything is created out of, okay? And so that's what Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about as the void. He talks about it as space. It's called the 0 point field, the Akashic field. Scientific term is the 0 point field. So when we're able to access that place, and that's what I was sharing with them, is I came across learning how to access it by learning to heal myself. And I knew that that field existed, so I actually taught myself how to get there through intuition. And so when I would meditate, I've been able to actually, access that place and then bring like healing into my body and change things, alter things in my life and the way things are going and different things by being able to access a place where you're not in time. And the key element to being able to do that and access that, you have to literally be able to tap into the energy frequency of love to actually be able to access that field.
So it's like Christy Sheldon, Love and Above kind of.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I don't mean to monopolize any conversation. I just wanted to ask you where one might find out more in the way that you're speaking of it.
I can post some stuff in the link. There's Brian Scott. He has a Facebook page.
Oh, Brian Scott.
Yeah. Brian Scott, Reality Transurfing.
We got other people here.
Yeah. There's several other different. Yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
So we got other people here if you'd like to give others a chance to talk.
Right. We're going to. I was just sharing with them. Yeah, if anybody else wants to, I'll post some links down there, but there's some other people too that you can access.
You got Chris Maid, Catherine Rosenbaum.
Mike, you want to welcome them and see if they want any topic they particularly like to talk about, and I will post some links for her, okay?
Sure. Catherine Rosenbaum, would you like to talk about anything? Or Chris, Nate?
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, welcome to all the new people. So this is the conversation.cc, and we are the after party for the day out of time. And folks will be coming in as that show ends, and Maya and some of the hosts from will be coming to play with us here. The rights from the day out of time, and if you're coming from something 12 hours a day, noon to midnight, on or you can access the Zoom link anytime at www. That's what we like to say it's for. And we're just giving everyone a place where they can be heard and where they can listen and be part of all of this. So you're welcome to chime in the chat room, and you're welcome to come on screen and say hi. And we just like to open up new topics all the time. And tonight's going to be really fun, where we get a lot of wisdom from the folks at the day out of time.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep,
hey,
you're very welcome.
Hey, Christopher from Kitchener. The day at a time, you can go on YouTube and look that up, and you'll be able to talk on there if you need to do that.
Maybe we can post a couple of the things out of YouTube onto the chat here for people who come in that might want to.
He wants to know if Summer's doing a breakout room still.
A quick update. I'm sorry, what did you say about breakout rooms?
Christopher wants to know if Summer's doing a breakout room.
Yeah, at this moment, we're not sure what's happening with Summer. I believe she's, well, now that Deidre, now that you're the host, you can see what's happening in the breakout rooms. We had a little confusion about that, Christopher, but we'll get back to you with.
Yeah, I'm pulling up some links for them.
Yeah, we got another person that showed up, Michael. Welcome, Michael. If you need to, you can speak in the chat.
There, he just says you said that. Howdy, Michael. Welcome. And Deidre, if you would check into the breakout rooms. You can see what's happening and see if that one is still open.
Okay.
Thank you much. All right, so this is the conversation.cc, and we are starting to be joined now by some folks who've been part of the Day Out of Time conversation, and soon we'll be joined by a bunch more of those folks, and we'll be diving into some follow-up from that day's activities, and some of the key leaders will be part of the conversations. So, and as needed, we will go into breakout rooms to have topic-specific conversations, and then there'll be the big room that has just all the general conversation. So welcome in new folks and experienced conversationalists as well.
Thank you, Peter.
So I will go and check out into there. Is there any topic anybody would like to discuss?
Some to, or if any of you are coming over from the Day Out of Time, I'd like to hear how your experience was with the show today. You can put some notes into the chat if you prefer, or just jump in. Tell us what's going on. We've been having all kinds of conversations here, but didn't get to see very much of the day.
I joined the Day Out of Time for a little bit.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys.
I even put my phone on my other phone so I can see the video of it.
And I'm gonna go see where Summer's at. Just a second.
Out of Time program.
Waiting.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm here. I'm Peter, and oh, there I am. And again, welcome folks who are joining Day Out of Time. And in the meantime, we're waiting for other folks to come from there. One of the topics we've been discussing today is time. And I know that Deidre is putting more information from different people into the chat room about that. And what is our reality of that? And how can we hold time in different ways so that can, right, rise up, figure out what's going on with ourselves here, and